drink for just $6. Make it a classic for $8. Gotta have a Wawa.
For more information about contests on this station, go to realradio.fm/rules.
Did you know that Budweiser has donated over $33 million to Folds of Honor, supporting families of fallen and injured military members and first responders? As Budweiser celebrates 150 years, Daytona Beverages is proud to continue that mission with the Folds of Honor Local Heroes Challenge. This summer, every Budweiser and Bud Light sold helps fund scholarships right here at home. So at the beach, on the boat, or at the grill, choose Bud or Bud Light and raise our local heroes. Daytona Beverages, locally owned and operated in Volusia County.
Hi, this is Mike Lester with Talon Wealth and the Guarding Your Nest Egg radio show, and I have another investment idea for those seeking great returns with limited risk. Recently, we did a structured note for our clients, paying them 18.75% per year for 4 years, and it was great for clients seeking income or growth and principal protection. The note was based on the S&P, gold, and silver, and our clients won't lose principal as long as none of the ETFs are down more than 40% 4 years from when we placed the trade, and the bank guaranteeing them doesn't default. This isn't an offer because we already traded this note, and structured notes aren't for everyone. But if you would like to know more about how structured notes work and what we currently have available, just give us a call at 407-606-6000.
Advisory services offered through Talent Private Wealth, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor. The opinions voiced and information provided in this material are for general informational purposes only and are not intended to provide specific advice or recommendations for any individual.
When power goes out and cell networks fail, AM radio can be a lifeline with local news, weather, and emergency information. But time is running out. AM radio could disappear from new cars unless Congress acts. Please text the 2 letters AM to 39179 and tell Congress to vote yes on the AM Radio for Every Vehicle Act. Text the letters AM to 39179. Message and data rates may apply. You may receive up to 4 messages a month, and you may text STOP to STOP. This message furnished by this station.
Hey everybody, Jim Colbert here from my friends over at Modern Plumbing Industries. I think everyone can agree, when you have plumbing problems in your house, the entire place comes to a screeching halt. That's why I suggest having access to Modern Plumbing Industries, an amazing company, and they're running some incredible deals in July right now. $1,776 will get you a 40 or 50-gallon electric water heater installed. How about a $250 camera inspection from Outside Accessible Cleanouts, or $250 off any service over $2,500. Book your appointment today at modernpi.com.
Attention Ram owners. A quick pit stop for your Ram truck could put you trackside for the final race of the season. Complete Recall 67A. Get $500 and the chance to win a getaway to Miami for 2. Think warm nights, ocean views, and exclusive race access, including a chance to meet Brendan Butterbean Queen. Learn more and schedule at CumminsRecall.com.
Join Jim Colbert on The Jim Colbert Show for his Cigar of the Week segment every Friday afternoon at 3:45. You can pick up these featured cigars at all 3 Corona Cigar Company locations, Dr. Phillips, Heathrow, and downtown. Learn more at coronacigar.com.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/term. That's ethos.com/term. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today and start packing.
iHeartRadio FIFA World Cup Update.
It's Spain and France squaring off in the first semifinal matchup in Arlington, Texas today. France's Kylian Mbappe is tied with Lionel Messi at 8 goals each in the race for the Golden Boot.
To traffic, Kylian Mbappe! 20 career World Cup goals!
Tomorrow it's the second semifinal, Argentina taking on England in Atlanta.
Download the iHeartRadio app for live Fox coverage of every game.
Broadcasting live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeartRadio station. Guaranteed human.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Credit. C-R-E-D-I-T. Credit. Enter it now at realradio.fm and answer your phone if you get the call. Good luck.
Someone's going to get offended. It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertisers. The News Junkie is on. The best friends you never knew you had, running through the most viral stories of the day. The News Junkie starts now.
It is Tuesday, July 14th, 2026. Lots to get to today, from some big show news to World Cup. Freddy is back after getting canceled online, and Mitch McConnell's viral photo starts a new controversy. Plus your calls, dispatches, emails, texts, and more. C-Lane is here. Indeed. And so are you. You can send us a dispatch. Go over to thenewsjunkie.com. Hit record on your first dispatch today. You can also watch the show on YouTube and twitch.tv/thenewsjunkie. Your message is rolling right into the studio in real time. And it is, friends, a Share the Show Tuesday. Yeah. That's right. That's right. No. Yes. That means you shared the show on a Share the Show Tuesday. You tell people about this fine radio station. Yes, indeed. You still have to tell people about the radio station where you're listening to this show and how much you love it. You take the station that you're listening to and you put it #1 presets, front of the line, right? What's it called? Bookmark?
Yeah, top preset on the iHeartRadio app.
Yeah, you do that. You put it at the top preset on the top on top left of your iHeartRadio app. And then, of course, you just like the stream and do a million different things. You shared the show on a Share the Show Tuesday. We hope you're all doing well today. How are you, C-Len? You okay over there?
I'm good. I feel like we're both a little hectic today.
It is. It's one of those
You
days.
had like a kind of a busy morning.
Yeah.
I was running slightly behind, and then I had this really awkward get out to my driveway moment. Because
what do you mean? Like your wife said, get out of the house, get out in the driveway
she
right
was
now?
long gone. No, today in my neighborhood is yard waste day, which is not a day that I typically take part in. Like I don't have a lot of waste that I, aside from my trash bins on trash bin day.
This guy's got a perfect yard, everybody.
That's definitely not true. But we did some work over the weekend because we had some crazy weather last week that took out like some large tree branches, so I got to get a chainsaw in my hands, like fun stuff.
My God.
And then I have this giant pile of crap at the end of my driveway. Like, I never have anything out there, and now I have a gigantic pile. And as I'm walking out to my car, they were backing it in to load it all. And I just...
You got pinned?
I know it's their job, but now I have to actively sit there and watch them do my bidding.
Did you tell
my
them?
trash people.
Did you say, listen, trash people, big radio star here on the way to kick off the News Junkie radio show for a lovely day here, so maybe get out of my way? You absolute peons. This is the way he talks. Not me.
That's not I don't talk like that at all. I felt really bad that I had... like the biggest pile on the block for them. Sorry, guys. Sorry.
Maybe they thought it was impressive. Let's put our ears to the ground, our fingers on the pulse. Let's see what's happening in this great, big, wide world of ours. And we go to a baseball game going viral. And I got to tell you, my alarm bells, folks, are going off on this. My alarm bells are going off in a pretty significant way. Just because I think, could someone be this dumb? However, I always remind myself, it's 2026. There's a lot of dumb people. We see them on the internet every day. You see them, I see them. We know that they absolutely exist. So maybe this is indeed real. Here's what happened at the Little League game. I'll explain as the pitch comes in. All right. As you might have seen if you're watching over on youtube.com/thenewsjunkie, the catcher for this Little League game took a shot right to the crotch.
Oh, that's where it landed?
Yeah. Right into the crotch. And he doubles over, and some of you know exactly what I'm talking about. It hurts. It's tough, and it takes a little while to recover from this.
I've never taken a baseball, but, you remember like other times getting hit in the nuts.
Mm-hmm.
There's like usually just a pregnant pause right before the pain hits you.
And oh Oh, no.
And then all of a sudden it just unloads.
Yeah, and this guy, the umpire, gets hit right in the crotch in this first shot that comes through. All right, and it's a little bit later in the game. Again, right in the crotch. Same game, same umpire, right there in the spot you don't want it to happen.
Are we watching a sterilization on YouTube?
Is this little kid, like, is this guy dating the pitcher's mother, the little kid who's pitching at the mound? He's like, yeah, you want to date my mom, Randy? Here's what's going to happen. That's 2 now to the crotch, all right?
Stay alive, Ryan. Good job, bud.
Ryan. Doubled over, hurting. This one really took him out because the second shot to the jewels is going to take a little while to recover from, but we're not done, folks. Now the ump even seems a little hesitant behind the plate. The ump's settling in.
And why not? Of course.
He's got his hands on his hips. I might have them somewhere else. Maybe just a little more protectively placed, but here comes another pitch. Right to the crotch again.
I've lost count.
That's 3. This time the ump doubles over, and the parents have to approach home plate because this guy got hit 3 times. I don't know. I mean, is that possible? 3 times you get hit in the crotch.
Now, does that mean his balls are out?
Like, you mean not? He doesn't have a cup on? Is that what you're suggesting?
No, I meant 3 strikes. Like, you're out.
I don't know. I only know I'm never doing this job. I'm never ever taking this gig on. They wear a cup, right? I would expect, unless you do the thing.
I would have. I mean, after the second shot to the nuts, I think I would have. Like maybe kind of looked around and been like, does anybody have a cup I can borrow? Which is not usually a thing you would borrow from another man. But in this case, it seems like he's got a target between his legs.
After the second shot, I would absolutely entertain even borrowing an athletic supporter from another person. I at some point, you got to do something about this. Although it is funny, it brings me back to when you would play these sports in your youth. And there was something at that time, a really toxic thing, actually, where young guys would be like, I'm not wearing a cup.
Yeah.
That's lame, man. I'm not wearing a cup. And you'd be like, oh, wait, hold on. You're too cool to wear a cup? Wearing a cup is cool.
Was it because it was lame or because it was uncomfortable?
Both. It was a combo of the both. You were like, it's stupid.
I never found it to be that lame, but there was definitely like an adjustment period.
Literally.
And then there was a couple times in the getting used to wearing a cup adjustment period that I would be doing the karate, maybe, be doing the side kicks and then the punch. And then all of a sudden I feel my cup has come loose of the jock strap and is trying to make its way down my pant leg.
It's dangerous.
I'm like,
it's
I need to run. I need to go somewhere so we're not like I'm taking a lap and my cup just drops out of the leg.
To our umpires and referees listening to the show today, we invite you in. Is this a common occurrence? Are you wearing a cup? What is the what is the situation that you're facing if you're this guy? Poor gentleman is going very viral today, but I don't envy him in that moment. Let us know what you think. Send a dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com or an email, tips@thenewsjunkie.com right now. We find ourselves in a really interesting situation with this Mitch McConnell story that I want to ask you a little twist on this, folks, today. You in particular, I want to ask you what you think about this, because Mitch McConnell has been MIA for like a month in Washington, all right? And he's totally off the grid. There's these emergency calls from his house. Mitch McConnell says, I'm fine. And at first, he reaches out to somebody who was an employee over at CNN, one of the on-air talents at CNN, and he says they had a conversation. He's good to go. And then he talked to another elected official as well. John Thune, I think he talked to. Mm-hmm. But he didn't do what I said, which was like, hey, why don't you just call the TV station live and prove that you're breathing right now, that you're alive. It's been a month. There's like all this speculation that you're dying.
And then, like we mentioned yesterday, CNN further clarified that was, in fact, just a story that their guy told and not official CNN reporting.
They wouldn't even stand by that.
Yeah. What a piece of S move.
They didn't like their own reporting, I guess, on the topic. But then I see this. This is the Washington Post today, and it says, Mitch McConnell took a photo with that day's newspaper. The internet has questions, and it shows the proof of life photo from Mitch McConnell and his wife in the hospital. And he's got like sort of casually laid over his leg the newspaper from that morning. And it's sort of a proof of life thing. And the question I started to ask myself is there any 100% legitimate way to prove that you are real and live and alive in 2026? Is there any way, like if there was somebody, let's say there was something crazy, somebody who was in the past reported dead, Elvis Presley, if you will, and Elvis Presley pops up and goes, folks, a lot about my death. And he says, I've been alive the whole time. How in 2026 is there a way you can undeniably prove that you are alive and breathing in that moment? Because the newspaper didn't cut it. He put out the newspaper picture and people were like, nope, See, Anonymous on TNJ chat says you could totally make that pic with AI. And that's what they said. That's what these people ended up saying. It says on Monday night, the Post reviewed a copy of the original photo provided by Mitch McConnell's office at the Post request and found that its metadata appears to show it was taken Sunday. An independent digital forensics expert says there appeared to be no evidence that the image is fake. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because people saw it and they go, did they think this shows that Mitch McConnell is alive right now? No, they thought, I can't believe things that my eyes see anymore. AI could easily recreate that photograph. AI could easily say, here's the Washington Post, put the paper in my hand, and that doesn't prove you're really alive.
And it's actually getting easier by the minute for AI to recreate it because so many people are loading it into AI and having Mitch McConnell hop out of the bed and do jumping jacks the worm or any number of breakdancing moves. Just some really great. Oh, come on. You got to warn me when we're doing this.
Wait. Don't show that. But do show this. Hang on. This is what Sealand's talking about. Here's an example.
What are you doing?
Time to get back in shape.
Oh, my God. Look at you.
Okay, for those of you listening along, Mitch McConnell in this video, the photo comes to life. He gets right out of the chair in the hospital. He's got a six-pack. He picks up some dumbbells and starts lifting. And there you go. But Bootsy says over on Twitch, I think it's a real photo. People are still very split on whether they believe it or not. So I ask you this question today on the show. Is there a way you can absolutely, without doubt, prove that you're alive in 2026? Something that people wouldn't react to and say, nope, that's a photograph. It's fake. Well, but he's got the newspaper from today. Doesn't matter. AI could put the newspaper from today in my hands to prove that I'm alive. Well, what if I start a stream? If I'm in the studio and I start a stream and I say the date, does that really prove that I'm alive in that moment? I mean, the only thing I can think of is if I was to start a broadcast at a live baseball game and you could see that the live baseball game was also going on in the background and you could confirm by watching the broadcast of the live baseball game and me and my live broadcast to see the people on base.
I think you could still fake that.
How do you prove that you're absolutely alive in 2026?
I think, it's hard to prove to the broader audience, but if I just needed to prove to you that Mitch McConnell was alive, I could just bring him into your studio and have him smack you in the face.
I'm still going to be, I would believe that. I would believe if he came into my studio and slapped me in the face, I'd be like, that's Mitch McConnell. The technology's not good enough that he could be a robot and pass off as a human.
Right.
Yet, mind you, see already people on YouTube, Django says Sean is not real. I am though, but how do I prove it right now? Here, my phone says the date and the day and the time, but does that prove it?
You could do something in real time. It would have to be something really drastic. like that couple that climbed up the Empire State Building, right? There was like 7 TV channels. There was helicopters. There was everything. Pointed cameras at these people. They were no doubt alive.
That was
for
real.
sure.
But that's so much effort. I can't do that. I can't pull it off like the couple that climbed.
I didn't say you had to climb anything.
I can't. I just can't pull it off. If I have to do something that elaborate. But here's another example. Mediaite has this headline. Nobody's buying this. TMZ joins critics casting doubt on the Mitch McConnell photo. So TMZ
wants clicks.
Yeah, I don't
as
know
I
that
type
I
in
would,
their website.
I don't know that I would see them as respectable in this at all. But I will absolutely tell you, like, this is an outlet coming out and they're going, nobody's buying this. Nobody thinks this is real. So I said, well, he put a photo out there. I said that he should just call into Fox News because we would identify his voice and we would see him having a real interaction with the anchor or hear it at least. And maybe that would prove. But that's what I want to ask you today. How do you do it? What's the absolutely rock solid way to prove with all the AI out there that you're alive in 2026? Let us know what you think over on thenewsjunkie.com. A couple of emails to get us started here today. Eric emails the show. He says, good afternoon, junkies. Hello, Eric. How are you? Sean, I got to say, when it comes to team politics, you are 100% right. Somebody once said, if you want fair elections, get rid of the R and D next to people's names on the ballot and people will know the individual. And I couldn't agree more. Team politics is the problem with your solution of paying through the nose for senators and congressmen. They're already paid much better than the national average, so it's a good paying job. And can you name me a senator that doesn't come out as a millionaire no matter how much money they had going in? Well, a lot of the people who become rich through politics because they stay around for decades and decades and decades and on they go. So that kind of goes to my point. But the problem is the team sports that choose the next candidate. It's nearly impossible to be an upstart out of nowhere and get anywhere in American politics. Because of all the campaign finance issues, you have to choose a side. Anyhow, that's my take. Have a great day, says Eric. Thank you, Eric. Lindsay emails the show. Hey, guys, listening to Monday's podcast, and you guys were talking about how Lindsey Graham died and all the conspiracies around Iran and Russia maybe being responsible for this. Well, everybody was saying that and made my mind go the other way. I think, and hear me out on this, I think that it was Israel, says the emailer, who took out Lindsey Graham. Now, keep in mind, the doctors say he had some sort of heart issue, and that's what they claim took him out. I just think the health of these senators, strange coincidence, very, very close in time. Who knows what's going on here? The one thing they want is to have the U.S. long-term involved in this Iran conflict. The best way to do that is to pull at Trump's heartstrings. You kill his friend and make it look like it was the Iranians that did it. That'll keep him engaged. Love the show, says Andre. Thank you, Andre. And finally, talking about Key West, Jeremy says there are 2 Key West experiences. Walking around kind of sucks. However, it's a 10 out of 10 on a scooter. Choose that experience. Deep fried key lime pie, by the way, is way better than actual key lime pie. I enjoyed hanging out with the polydactyl 6-toed cats at the Hemingway house. You could just hang out there like you own the joint. Keep up the work, JJ. Thank you for the email. That opens the door for you to join us on the show today. Tips, TIPS, at thenewsjunkie.com. You can email the show if you want to be anonymous. Put that right on top. Get the emails, the dispatches, and so much more fired up. We got a couple of pick-asides for you. We got a lot of big news to get into over the course of the show. Freddy is back. He really enthralled the United States by being enthralled by the United States as he was touring the country and just so excited about everything here in America. Then he got canceled.
They tried to milkshake duck him.
They tried to get rid of him. They tried to say, look what Freddy said. It's controversial. And they were whining about this online. And I said, screw this. This guy seems like a nice dude, but he's back. We'll tell you what's happening with him now. And a theory I have about Freddy, the viral World Cup guy. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Still looking at some slow.
Hello, 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 hello. Welcome. Welcome to the show. Welcome behind the scenes. It is quite good to see you. Quite good to have you with us here today. Oh, does my volume meter not work if the room is not on? I got to fix that, huh? Okay, I'll fix that after the show. Hang on. Can I fix it here? I can. Hello, hello. Yeah. Look at him go. Hey, folks. Hey, YouTube. Hey, twitch.tv/the news junkie. Hey, TNJ chat. Those of you chatting on the app and the website. Anonymous says, I'm loving the new mid-break audio setup. It's so much better. You can hear me good, everybody? Yes? Y's in chat if you can hear me good. If you can hear me good and it's silky smooth, as MFQ said, give me a Y in chat. Let me know you're alive. You got a heartbeat out there. You got a pulse. You're listening to the show. You want to see what's happening in the world of viral news today. Not that kind of Y, AJ Soup. You're 2 extra letters in there. Not hey with a bunch of Y, just literally the Y. Chaos on TNJ chat says, Sean, have you seen the story about the gay cruise getting denied in Muslim countries? I did see this. I saw a couple of videos from people on this gay cruise. One of them was a reality star. I think it was Todrick Hall. And the other one that I saw was just some passenger on this cruise. And the cruise was trying to go to a couple of locations, but the cruise line said they weren't going to bring them to these locations in the Middle East. And many of the people on board were upset. But I think for the cruise line, that's probably a good idea. I think there is an inability for a lot of people in America, based on the media digest version of what they think the Middle East looks like. I think there's an inability for people to understand how progressive the United States of America is compared to many other places, like the Middle East, like Africa, like most of Asia. And I think some of these people are like, why wouldn't they let us into this country? And you go, hey, in this country, being gay is still illegal, and they still toss people off the top of buildings here. So we're going to not let you disembark at this particular location. The Turkey port wasn't that bad. I'm sure it's a beautiful place to tour, but none of those countries in the Middle East are very friendly to the gays. That's why Queers for Palestine's a bit befuddling. Istanbul, not Constantinople? I lived in Key West. You should ride bikes, have fun, says Maud. Thank you, Maud, on YouTube. And Saudi Arabia is hosting the World Cup in 2034. That's so long after 9/11. Won't you just get over it? Jesus. My gosh. Unbelievable. Crazy Drunk Cat Lady says, it's their country, just like we don't like their ways and ours. True. Yeah, I mean, that's why I think cultures and customs are important. And the culture of the United States of America, to me, is superior in every measurable way to the cultures of those Middle Eastern countries. But hey, you know, that's just me blabbing. Agree or disagree. I'd rather be in the United States of America. Maud says, you can watch the sunrise over water, and you can watch the sunrise over water in Key West. It's so pretty. Oh, sunrise or sunset. Beautiful, huh? Sean says, hey, yeah, I traveled with some individuals that were gay. They were worried about showing signs of affection. That was about 3 years ago. I don't blame them. I mean, it's legit. Right? There's a difference between screaming discrimination in the United States of America in 2026 and then going to experience the world in a place where literally you are demonized for being who you are still. It's amazing to me that so many people could be in the United States and be like, this is so oppressive. And then you go, oh yeah? Wait till you see what it's like elsewhere, friend. Not a pretty sight. I think Sean should have us say the Pledge of Allegiance before each show. Probably. But if you get it wrong, bullet. So don't get it wrong. You know what I mean? How's it sound? Good? We're good? I love this. This is great. Key West is very gay, which is fun. Well, they accept it there. Very much unlike some of these other places. All right, we're coming back live on the show, everybody. Buckle up.
Your doctor if they're right for you. Learn more at PfizerForAll.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
As America marks its 250th anniversary, we're looking back at 2.5 centuries of rebellion and liberty through the eyes of the heroes who defended it.
The whole thing about this country is freedom. If we're not careful, we could lose that.
On Medal of Honor, Stories of Courage, we bring you the defining moments of valor that went above and beyond the call of duty. Listen to Medal of Honor on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Follow Medal of Honor and start listening on the free iHeartRadio app today.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Credit. 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 Enter it now at realradio.fm and answer your phone if you get the call. Good luck.
No one's really sure what all C-Lane's buttons actually do. This is the news.
Jerome, it's so good to see you today. You look fantastic, for God's sake. Learn more about this show. Join us with your recorded message, a dispatch as we call it, over at thenewsjunkie.com. I know some of you are still not won over by the World Cup people. I think people getting to know more about the world and the world getting to know more about the United States of America is a good thing. Why? Because we're good. You know, we're good people. We're doing a good job. We're not perfect. Nobody's perfect. No culture is perfect. But we're trying, and we're doing a good job, I think, in the United States of America. So the world seeing that could be a very positive thing. They don't always see that reflected in the media that they take in, and it's been really cool to see some people react to that, like that guy Freddy from x.com/Twitter, whatever you'd like to call it these days. And Freddy, if you didn't catch on, was this German guy, and nobody knew what he looked like or anything, but he was touring the United States and posting about his experience, and just he was so won over by America. Not big cities in Times Square, but like small town America, going through these smaller towns, meeting the people that he said were so friendly, having the food that they were all bowled over by. All these World Cup people bowled over by, and spending their money in the United States of America until Freddy got canceled. And, you know, now Freddy's back.
Quote unquote.
Yeah. Well, we'll get into that whole drama in a second. But just so you guys know, people like this Freddy guy who's gone very viral and all these other tourists that come over to the United States, they're spending a lot of money in our country. Here's an example of this. Let me see. I hope I can play this. See, let's stay by the dump button just in case. The Kalshi people went around and asked the tourists, how much money did you spend for your World Cup vacation in the United States? It was way more than I thought. You have any guesses on your side, C-Lane? What they were
just for one big vacation?
They're big, long vacations. We know that. A couple of weeks at least.
$3,000.
Okay, $3,000. That's about what the Keys is going to cost, just for the record. But let's see how much Kalshi finds these people are spending.
How much have you spent on your trip in total?
My father bought everything, so
upwards of 100K. What is the budget breakdown? Mainly the good hotels, like Four Seasons, the W's. I'm not staying in no little Airbnbs. What do you do for a living? Supported by the family. About 250K. It took off like the whole month. What do you do for a living?
250K. This guy, the first guy, $100,000 to spend to go around the United States of America. Holy cow. The second guy says $250,000. And of course, both of them say their job is
supported by family.
Yeah, my job is being supported by family. Like, what, bro? Where do I put in an application for that? How do I get that gig? Is this not for the rest of us normal people? Can we not have that gig? Because that is a lot of money. $100,000, $250,000.
You gotta look me up. We don't look. Find out afterward. Over 50,000? Probably. I'm gonna be up to about 100K. What do you do for a living? Co-founder of an AI company, self-driving cars.
Paid less than 100 grand.
What do you do for a living?
I am in university.
40, 50K. What do you do for a living?
This kid's in college. He's in college, and he said just a little less than $100,000.
Yeah, but look at how his answer is starting. My family.
My family? Yeah. Like every one of them, they're like rich from their families over here. We'll take your money, though. I'll get back to Freddy in a bit. I just wanted to show you guys how much it costs.
Family has a kangaroo meat packing business. The best kangaroo meat.
50,000. Okay. What do you guys do for a living?
You don't believe him? He sounds like his family has a kangaroo meat packing facility.
Best kangaroo meat.
Is there a lot of competition for that? I don't know necessarily.
Maybe where his family is from, they do have a lot of kangaroo meat.
And it's expensive, so you can make a lot of money, and then you can tour the United States for $100,000. And this is another woman saying how much it costs.
I'm back to Sweden.
I've spent about $150,000.
What do you do for a living?
We own a family-owned resort.
I think 50K. What do you do for a living?
I have 2 companies. We also have AI companies, a big company in Japan.
200K. What do you do for a living? My family owns an agave farm in Guadalajara.
$90,000.
What do you do for a living?
Cryptocurrency.
Cryptocurrency. I don't know what it is, but they make a lot of money.
What do you do? Cryptocurrency?
Are you kidding me? Folks, are they getting ripped off? Like, there's no place in America that I couldn't go for like under $5,000. All right, like for a week, I could go to almost every place that I could think of.
That one guy, he's not staying at Airbnbs. He wants the fancy hotels, the Four Seasons, the W's.
Even the Four Seasons let's take. All right, let's go. The Four Seasons. Is there Four Seasons in New York City? There's got to be, right?
Sure.
Let's take Four Seasons Hotel, New York City, a night. Are we maybe $2,000 a night? We can't be talking more than that, can we?
Yeah. Well, I'm looking at this one here, this one there. This one says it's averaging $1,900 a night right now.
Oh, okay. That is expensive. And they are staying for a long time. MFQ on YouTube says this sounds like too much. Well, hell yeah, it does. Of course it sounds like too much. Even the guy who's like $25,000, $30,000. That's so much money. My God. So there they are. They're spending a lot of cash over here. And this guy, Freddy, came over from Germany, and he was just amazed at how things were in small town Georgia, going through Alabama, up into Mississippi. He was having a blast. And then people on the internet that are super political losers, again, rid yourself of the most annoying people on the planet by just ignoring the super political people. You'll feel a whole lot better afterwards. I guarantee it. Freddy comes to the United States, chronicles his whole plan, and these losers start combing through all of his posts. They find a post that they find to be controversial. It wasn't controversial at all. It was something like judging somebody on the basis of the color of their skin is discriminatory by nature. So discriminating somebody who's white based on the color of their white skin is also discriminatory by nature. Something like that. That was the essence of the post, which is just plainly true, and everybody with a brain knows it. But people have tried to do the cancel thing, forgetting it's 2026 and we're kind of over some of that. But Freddy is back. He shut down all his accounts. Now he's back, and I have a theory. Freddy says, hello again. We're currently in Clemson, South Carolina. I've decided to come back here to document the final part of our road trip. The main reason I deactivated my account 2 weeks ago was that things became increasingly toxic. For some people, it's unfortunately unfathomable that a good story can exist without some kind of hidden agenda behind it. There was even a Reddit group going through my entire account trying to find anything they could to reveal my identity. Typical Reddit behavior, you Reddit folks. Not all of you, but you know who I'm talking about. Some of you over there. They go, oh, is somebody having a good time here? Let's fire up the good time siren and put a stop to this right now. Please, for God's sake. I decided to continue, Freddy says, because I realized the overwhelming majority of people loved following along. A small group of very loud people shouldn't be able to ruin something that brought so many others joy. Pause, clap. Yes. A small group of people should not be able to ruin everybody else's time. Oh my God. Just take that in for a second. Like this can explain so many things that happen in our society right now. Yeah. A small group of very loud people shouldn't be able to ruin something that brought so many others joy. So he's back. But I also want to clear something up. As people who follow me on Instagram already know, I've been to the United States before. This is not my first visit, and I never claimed that it was. The last time I was here was in 2022 when I visited New York and Philadelphia. A lot of people shared my Raising Cane's post from November 2025 to make it look like I was secretly an American. That post wasn't from the United States. It was from my trip to Saudi Arabia. So they're trying to...
They have Raising Cane's in Saudi Arabia?
I guess. I didn't know that until right now. They said, let me tell you, Ohio and Alabama are very different from New York City or Los Angeles. True, Freddy. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. Thanks for reading. And he's back in the United States for the last bit of the World Cup. My theory, I don't know if this is true. I think Freddy of World Cup tweeting fame might have a camera crew with him. He has not revealed his face in any of these photographs, yet he's been treated like a king. He's been offered flights to make it to games by every major corporation possible. He got to tour the spacecraft that just went around the moon. He got to get inside it. They gave him a phone, and he got to FaceTime the astronauts on the space station live. The guy has been VIP, but anonymous at the same time. I think somebody might be filming him for a documentary. That's my guess. I think he's back, and I think he might have cameras with him this time. That's what my guess is as to what's happening here. But Freddy's
you think he
back.
didn't have him with him before?
I don't know, because he has never shown his face. He has never shown his face in this mix at all.
Even in the clip where he was FaceTiming the astronauts, we didn't see his face?
No, they framed everything around that and did not reveal where he was. Bootsy agrees. Freddy's in on it. He's filming a documentary. I think that's what's happening here. I think he's like, let me really strike while the iron is hot. And let me do a documentary about loving America, getting to discover the real America, getting to discover small town America. And people will eat that up. I think that's my guess. That's what I think is going on here. But you could tell us what you think. Send a dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com.
By the way, to kind of recap one of the things we were talking about just a second ago.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the rates at the Four Seasons Hotel in New York.
Yeah.
And Saturday night and Sunday night, I think maybe possibly World Cup related, they are completely sold out. But if I wanted to just stay there, if I wanted to stay there Friday night, there are 2 suites available.
How much are the suites? They're more than $2,000.
One of them is one of the junior suites.
All right, junior suite.
The suite rate is $49.95 for the night, or $200 extra if I want breakfast in bed.
I've got to pay for breakfast in bed.
After paying $5,000 for the night, they want $200 extra for room service.
What more do you want
for the now? Here's the other suite. Now tell me what you think. Right,
this is the not so junior suite, Celine.
Right, this is the Ty Warner penthouse.
All right,
it's 4,300 square feet. It is on the 52nd floor, which means 360-degree view of the city, uptown, downtown, midtown. Your castle in the clouds. 4 glass balconies set on a diagonal to the north, south, east, west grid of Manhattan, capturing distinctive views. Oversized single-pane windows, glass railings ensure your sight line is uninterrupted.
Oh my God, this sounds nice.
That would take you just to stay there one night, this Friday night, $80,000.
Oh my God. Do they still charge you for the breakfast in bed?
I hope not. That would be preposterous.
It would be, but I don't think I'd put it past them.
I would, if I would leave so many 1-star reviews on every website that I could find, and then I would make a new website that reviews stuff just to give them more 1-star reviews.
Big thanks, by the way. I see gifted subscriptions coming in to thenewsjunkie.com and the app from Brad Wallace Realtor with 14 gifted subscriptions. Go claim yours for full access to the website. The ability to send in those text-to-speech dispatches that you heard yesterday, including the very famous Italian mobster guy. All the voices unlocked. and also unlocking secret shows, our weekly uncensored shows for you. Thank you to Brad Wallace Realtor for the 14 gifted subscriptions. Claim yours for free, courtesy of Brad over on thenewsjunkie.com. Let's keep those going. Want to see big support for the show today. Quick break. When we come back, I have an update on a story we've been talking about. I did not expect that we would get this update, but we have it for you. We also have an announcement in the Power Hour coming up later on today. An announcement about the show. That's coming up in a bit, and a whole lot more. It's all coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real alternative this weekend on Real Radio 104.1.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
Happy Tuesday, Central Florida. I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dobson with a check of your forecast. And for today, we are going to be expecting another hot one. Highs will climb back into the mid-90s with a high of 94 degrees today in Orlando. That is still a couple degrees above our average high of 92. We'll see about a 40% chance of afternoon and evening scattered showers and thunderstorms, so it won't be a total washout. However, do plan for gusty winds, heavy rain, and frequent lightning with any storms that do form. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
This report is sponsored by iHeartAdvertising.com.
Run a business and not thinking about radio? Think again, because people are listening to radio more today than they did 20 years ago. And only iHeartRadio connects with more Americans than TV, digital, even social. Learn how radio can help your business. Call 844-844-iHeart.
Celebrate America's 250th anniversary.
Hello, 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 hello. Welcome behind the scenes of the show. Commercials. The show continues behind the scenes. Thank you to Tom for the gifted subscription. Thank you, Tom. Let me get some of these up for you. I got a couple backlogged here, but I want to get them up. Stand by. We got some pending here. Let's run through these. Here's Man Kicking from yesterday. There's Man Kicking with the 5 yesterday. Thank you so much for the 5 subscriptions, the big support. Here's Brad Wallace Realtor from just a bit ago there with 14. Brad, thank you so much for the big support. That helps fund all the new technology in the show in the studio. And here's Tom from just now with the gifted subscription. Claim one of yours, or just one, I guess, generally speaking, over on thenewsjunkie.com. We're back live in just a few minutes. We are back live in just a few minutes. You can also support the show. This money goes to fund what we do here on the show. It goes to myself and C-Lane and everybody behind the show. Only a penance, a couple of pennies for processing goes to iHeart. So you're not supporting a corporation. You're supporting the show by supporting secret shows with these gifted subscriptions. Otherwise, just subscribe for yourself. It's a little $2.99 a month. Hey, the Sofa King. Chuck E. Cheese. Oh, my God. I'm starstruck to meet you, Chuck E. Cheese. Tanya, Kevin, Steph, Obi. Hey, everybody. How are you? 2 minutes and we're back live just like that. When Sean says Tom, does anybody think of Vanderpump Rules? I know Tom Sandoval from Vanderpump Rules, but I don't know a Tom. Is that the same person? Okay, question for you. First question, let's go fast. How many of you are already with somebody in a relationship? Y or N? Yes or no? Y or N, are you with somebody in a relationship currently? This is going somewhere. Are you currently with somebody in a relationship? Y if yes, N if no. Just want to see where we're at. Thanks, Mike. Glad it sounds good. Y if you're in a relationship, N if you're not. Okay, we got more Ys than N's so far. Y if you're in a relationship currently, N if you are not. And I'll tell you why I'm asking in 10 seconds. Look at all you Ys. This feels like a personal attack. I assure you it's not. Here come the N's. Wait a second. For you folks who said why, yes, that you're in a relationship right now, you're on a seat on a commercial flight. the window busts out, your partner gets sucked through the window and is just hanging on by a thread. Do you help them and risk yourself flying out the window of the plane as well, or every person for themselves? Do you help your partner if they are getting sucked out of the window on the plane? I have an update on that very story. Yes, it's a plane story. We're getting into it right here.
Medications may help. Ask your doctor if they're right for you. Learn more at PfizerForAll.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
A thriller in the extreme.
iHeartRadio and Fox Sports are bringing you every remaining match of FIFA World Cup 2026.
All the way up to the final, July 19th. The games are live
and for free. Just download the iHeartRadio app now.
Dispatch, this is Mindy, Advanced Air Home Services.
Well, boy, it's getting hot out there. Now, if your AC is making funny noises, just needs a once-over, or your home isn't as cool as it used to be, visit AdvancedAirandHeat.com. Advanced Air Home Services. License CAC 1820806.
Need a new roof or windows? Visit HBNUSA.com.
Radio, no roof or no radio.
High diving face first into the world's most viral newsroom. This
Hour, a little later on today, some big news about the show. Love you. Thanks for being with us on a Share the Show Tuesday. I have a question for you. It's an update on a story we talked about, and I wasn't expecting to see this today, but I'm interested in your take on this. C-Lane, if you're on a flight, when you're sitting, you usually sit, I would imagine, next to your wife, right? I would imagine that you guys sit next to each other, unless there's some bizarre reason why you should be separated from one another on this flight.
I don't know if we've ever been separated on a flight. We usually book together once in a while. If there has been times where we've gotten a whole row and we've left like the middle seat empty. Because either she'll put up her legs or she just wants the space for stuff.
Does she have a lockdown on one seat or another?
No.
From my experience, Courtney is going to sit on the aisle seat. No matter what, I am not going to get the aisle seat. I'm probably not going to get the window seat either. She's 100% not sitting in the middle. So I have to sit in the middle. I have to sit in the middle every single time. She'll go, I want to sit in the aisle. What if I have to use the restroom when it's convenient? You don't want to interact with the flight attendant anyway. She'll make it sound like it's something I want, but she always wants to sit on one seat or the other.
I think she Ashley usually defers to me if the aisle seat is available, mostly because I'm more likely to get up and go to the bathroom. I have the longer legs. If I need to stretch or something, it's just a little bit easier. Me climbing over people, especially if there's strangers involved, is not a pleasant experience for anybody. So I just kind of, it's like I kind of have default shotgun in a lot of cars. Like nobody will even talk about it. They're just like, you go up, you're up front. You're the up front guy.
I mean, let's be real here. Let's be real here. And when I say that you are a man who needs some leg room, I mean, C-Lane's a very tall guy. For those of you new to the show, C-Lane's 6'5" or something. He's like a 6'4". He's a massively tall guy. He's 4 inches taller than me. But no one would ever notice. People generally think after meeting the both of us, they're like, I thought Sean was taller. I thought he was a more intimidating force to reckon with.
Actually, most of the people who have met us are going, only 4 inches taller? I could have sworn it was 5. He seems like a 5-inch taller.
I'm not 5'11". I'm everybody 6 foot. So the story that we talked about was this Ryanair flight, to get to the point here. And on this Ryanair flight, this guy, the Serbian dude, was cruising along, just like you are most times. You got that little window slide up. And then, as you know and I know, there's the outside window glass and then the inside window glass. And on this flight, both of them broke right through. Both of them blasted right through at like 35,000 feet or whatever. And
I have
when that
audio
happened,
of what it sounds like.
Do you?
Have you heard it?
What a shocker, what a surprise. It's a tough story as long as it flies. This next clip is wild and insane. And as you might have guessed, we're back on a plane.
Thought we were going to get some content instead of the thing that makes fun of me for talking about plane stories all the time. I thought we were going to get some actual content of the guy getting sucked out of the plane. Then I thought, is he going to use the text-to-speech feature that we've been talking about? He's going to do it as the Italian mobster getting pulled out of the plane, or the sexy lady voice. I thought all the things were going to happen except for that. But this was a Ryanair flight. The guy, his window blasts out, and he gets sucked through all the way up to like the center point of his body. And his wife starts speaking with him, which, seems difficult to begin with, but because I'm imagining.
Can you hear me?
He's like stuck in the plane window. The plane window is around his midsection, and his head's outside. And she says afterwards, here was a quote from this story. "If we die, we die together," she said, which is so sweet sounding. Wife of Ryanair passenger almost sucked through window speaks.
This
Svetlana.
This is the guy that we talked about yesterday?
Yeah, or the other day when the story broke originally. Now his wife is speaking out. She says she grabbed her husband's legs while he was outside up to his chest for 2 minutes.
2 minutes?
2 minutes time he was out there. Like, think about the plane at cruising altitude, the windows blast out, and you're stuck at your waist for 2 minutes. A woman who saved her husband from being completely sucked out of a plane said she thought as she held onto his legs, "If we die, we die together." Half of his body was sticking out of the plane. I immediately reacted and grabbed his legs. He was outside up to his chest for about 2 minutes. She said with the help of two passengers, she was able to pull her husband, who had lost consciousness 3 times, back inside the aircraft. She said many people had fled their seats to other parts of the plane for safety as the cabin decompressed
Thanks
because
a
of this
lot.
happening. The couple were on the flight operated by Ryanair when this all occurred. Passengers have told the local media that he had kept his seatbelt on, and those on board kept hold of him while his upper torso was in the plane's slipstream outside. He's still in the hospital, seriously injured, but his wife said, "I was telling him I loved him, and I was going to try to do our best. If we die, we die together." Now, here's one thing I want to just throw out there. I'm not trying to be a jerk about this, but there's no way he heard any of this.
Okay.
So afterwards, she could have totally made up everything she said.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Afterwards, she could be like, "Oh, honey, I was saying, please, if we die together." And during the moment, she could have been like, "I don't know, just push him out." It's like, nobody knows what the hell really happened, and they'll never know. He couldn't hear anything. Imagine being way up there in the air.
He lost consciousness 3 times, and right now, I think they said he still can't communicate or something. Like he's in the hospital in Greece.
Damn.
It's in that what you just scrolled through.
Oh, was it? Okay, I was just going back to the window shot here because that's so crazy. The decompression was extreme. I must have passed it there.
You did. Yeah.
It's important to me that he's alive.
Yeah.
Okay. The 61-year-old is still in the hospital in Greece, remains seriously injured and in shock. "It's important to me that he's alive," she said. "His hand is particularly badly injured and he's got burns. He's not able to communicate. He doesn't remember the whole event." Wow. "Some people came to my aid. I remember one man, one woman. That man helped me a lot. And I think he was an Albanian man. Thank you very much. I don't remember his name. I don't even know if he told me. I would like to meet him and thank him personally again," she said. Now, the thing that comes to mind is you and your wife, Ashley, are on one of these flights. Window gets busted out like this. She's being sucked out of the plane. Do you risk your life to try to pull her back in?
Yes.
Or do you say like, well, Jackson's going to need one parent to get us through this. We can't have both parents getting sucked out of the window of the plane. He's only a little kid. He's only a little kid right now. He's 2 years old. All right. On the way to 3. But he's got to have one parent. You would still try to pull her back into the plane.
100%.
Okay. Courtney wouldn't try to pull me back into the plane.
I'm not getting sucked out of the plane. We talked about this.
If you were getting sucked out of the plane, would your wife grab you and try to pull you back into the plane, do you think?
I would hope so.
You're less confident about that, though, aren't you?
I think she would. I mean, it would be very difficult, but I think I would like to think, till death do us part.
I'll ask Courtney during the break, but here's my guess. My guess is Courtney would say, I would not try to grab you and pull you back into the plane because I would be too freaked out and it would be better. It would be better for somebody else to do it. I wouldn't be good at helping you do that. This is what she said in the past. Like one time we were walking along, I told you this story, and lightning struck right next to us. She threw Lady's leash and hauled ass away from me and Lady and just left us. I had to get the leash off the ground. And one time a giant snake went after us when we were in the park. She threw Lady's leash and ran away from both of us. I know what to expect in these scenarios.
Yeah.
She's going to throw the dog's leash and she's going to leave me behind. She'll just go like, you looked like you were firmly stuck in the window and I didn't think that I should risk my life to help rescue yours. So I ask those of you who are in relationships, if you were with your partner and they're stuck halfway out the window on the plane, are you going to actively try to pull them back into the plane? Or are you going to be like, well, we can't risk both of us being injured or, God forbid, killed? You can't have that happen. That would be even worse.
I don't think I would be risking both of us.
No?
I'm not going to fit through the window.
I know, but you could still be injured, maybe even fatally, just your head popping through.
I'm pretty sure that I'm going to be injured at some point.
Your wife's not very big. She would fit right through the window, all right? Right out. So you're holding on to her. Let's say you're holding on to her. She slips because you're not strong enough to hold on to her.
Well, why would I not be strong enough to hold on to her?
Your wife,
trust me, I'm strong enough to hold on to her.
She gets sucked out of the plane and flies down to Earth. And then your head pops through there. There's a huge risk that you're gravely injured or possibly even killed.
Flies down to Earth? What is she, Buzz Lightyear?
Well, you might as well do it fun if you're going to do it. Let's be real. If you get yoked out of the window of a plane and you don't hold your hands out like Superman, what are you even doing?
Like you're going to have the forethought, getting yoked out of the window of a plane to hold your hands out like Superman.
The only thing that I would remember would be, oh, damn, I'm going to die. I would need a clean pair of pants. And then I would go, if C-Lane was here right now, he'd just be playing that Back on a Plane song. Those were the things that would go through my head. Yep. Now, those would be the things that would roll through my head in that very moment. But let us know what you would do.
I wish I was back on a plane would be your last thought.
What if it was not your wife and just some stranger that you were sitting next to?
It would probably help.
I don't think you would. I don't think most
help?
people would.
Would you help
if it was a stranger? It depends on if they were nice to me previously. I judge based in the moment. I judge based on the very, very moment that I'm in. If they were rude to me on the plane and they were stuck on the window, I'd be like, suit you right. So there you go, jerk. Deal with it. If they were really sweet to me and they were like, oh my God, are you the news junkie? Big fan of the show. I need to keep all those people alive. So I'm going to... I'm going to help them out, but let us know what you would do in that circumstance. There's your update on the guy who got sucked out of the plane window on the Ryanair flight. Your thoughts are on the way on the show. When we come back, we got to pick a side for you. We'll hopefully get into that. I got a couple of them actually for you today. A couple of big updates and stories we've been following as well. Something in the baseball world that people hated and so much more. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
The all-new and improved iHeartRadio app is now available with all new features. Download it for free and make Real Radio 104.1 your number one preset for a chance to win cool stuff at Real Radio events.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
There's an accident off to the shoulder on I-4 eastbound before Sand Lake Road. Look out for that one. Construction's causing delays on the ramp from I-4 eastbound to World Drive. Traffic's backed up from State Road 429. You're going to get caught up in typical slowdowns between Osceola Parkway and Apopka Vineland Road, getting through that Lake Buena Vista area. Other than that, nothing's tying you up or slowing you down. But if you do see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Positive Coaching Alliance.
Got issues with youth or high school sports? Positive Coaching Alliance can help. PCA, a national nonprofit, offers more than 1,000 free online resources for youth and high school sports coaches, parents, students, and administrators. Visit PCADevZone.org.
Congratulations to Adrian and Mary. They were last year's winners of the $25,000 in new windows from Reese Windows and Doors. And at Reese, that installation is included. Most windows are installed in less than 8 weeks with a lifetime guarantee that transfers when you sell your home. And there's a chance for you to win free windows, too. All you do is you pick up your phone, you text the word TRUST to 20129, and you could be the next winner of $25,000 in new windows from Reese Windows and Doors. They offer 0% financing for up to 4 years, over 50 years in the market installing windows and doors, and those windows are guaranteed for life. So you want to win them for free? Pick up your phone and text TRUST to 20129.
It's grand in your hand time on Real Radio. $1,000 13 times each weekday. I bet your favorite podcast doesn't pay you to listen. Well, we...
Hello. Welcome behind the scenes of Pick a Side. When we return, that's right, a Pick a Side. Courtney says, I would 100% help you. Do you guys believe it, though? I don't know if she's here. I don't know. Let's check. Hold on. Hello? She's not here. We'll ask her when she comes back. She says she would help me, though. Hey, everybody. Hope Pick a Side got a better song. True. Me too. I don't think it did, though. I do not think it did. We have a question for you to start off this Pick a Side. We're going to be back in just a couple of minutes live on the show. When I'm sitting down there, we're doing the syndicated radio program, The News Junkie. When I'm walking around here in the room, we call this SCO mic because it started with just a microphone down here. Then I said, let's add a camera. Then I said, let's add a camera that follows me. And now, wireless mic, camera that follows me. Hopefully, you're finally happy. How many of you have used a public porta potty to go to the bathroom? Wise in chat, if you've used a public porta potty to go in the bathroom. This has got to be everybody, right? I mean, I think everybody has to have done that at some point in time. I know I have. Public porta potties, you see them in all sorts of places. I saw one in the middle of I-4, precariously perched in the middle of I-4. There come the wise. Yeah, we've all done this. I'm pissing in one right now. I don't know if I believe that. But we'll just take you at your word for right now. So we've all done this. More times than I can count, says Young Colombian. Now, here is the question. If you are out in public somewhere and you see a porta potty, let's say it's at like a construction site, right? You're at a construction site, you're walking down the road, you're going on like a run through your neighborhood or a walk through your neighborhood, and you really got to go. You see a construction site and you see a porta potty. Is it okay for you to use that porta potty? I'll rephrase one more time. You're walking through your neighborhood, it strikes you that you really have to use the restroom. You see a porta potty left open at a construction site. Is it okay for you to use that porta potty? Yes or no? Fair game? Nope. I will leave and go home before I go into an outhouse? Hell yeah, it's fair game. That is the debate that we're about to get into on the show here. And this clip is unbelievable and how much it splits people who both absolutely think they're right. I am so interested to see what your take is on this, and I'm going to play that video in just a moment. The people who paid for it have to pay to have the waste removed. That's true. Yeah, somebody's paying for that. It's not just a public porta potty. But Known Badger says then it should be locked when not in use. Wait till you see this. This is going to change your mind, I think, some of you. But it's a super interesting pick a side. That's why we're doing that right now on the show. Okay, we're coming back live right now. Stand by.
Program will be recorded.
iHeartRadio FIFA World Cup Update.
It's the World Cup semifinals. England will take on Argentina in Atlanta tomorrow, and English keeper Jordan Pickford is confident in his team.
I think first and foremost it's more about the team, like I always talk about, to get to another semi-final. We're at that stage where we need to keep going.
The first semifinal is today. France taking on Spain in Arlington, Texas.
Download the iHeartRadio app for live Fox coverage of every game.
Coming to you live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Need help after an accident? Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeart radio station. Guaranteed human.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Bank. B-A-N-K. Bank. Enter it now at realradio.fm and answer your phone if you get the call. Good luck.
Radio.
On the bright side, we're not dead yet. You're listening to the news.
Newsroom. Follow along on social media at The News Junkie or watch the show on youtube.com/The News Junkie. We'd love to see you at some point today. We'll get to your dispatches, your emails, and all the rest here in just a moment. But it's time to get a little fiery. All right. I think this one is going to bring it out of some of you. And I'm ready for this. All right. And I want to see what C-Lane has to say. I want to see what all of you in chat have to say. I want to see what you have to say about this. Listening to the show right now, I want to see what everybody has to say about this. This is potentially the most explosive pick-a-side so far, C-Lane. Are you ready for this?
I'm ready.
All right, it all starts right here with this
thing?
This porta potty. No. People rejected that song. I hate to say.
People or you?
Somebody in chat said, I hope Pick a Side got a better song. Do you have it over there? We can still play.
I'll make a better one, but for now.
Okay, at least for the time being.
Your thoughts and takes won't be denied when we tell you to pick a side.
Does feel old school. I like that. It all starts right here, C-Lane, in this porta potty. This is where our entire debate is going to begin. A woman is filming. I'm going to let this run a little bit before we get into the actual back and forth of who is right and who is wrong. Here we go. She's filming him, this guy.
Are you serious right now?
As he leaves the porta potty.
Are you serious? This is our house, and it's under construction. Did the porta potty say, let's use it?
Let's use it?
Spanish. Our house is under construction. That's not your porta potty for you to just use.
Okay, I had to pause this right here. Now, there's a lot more to this, and it gets a lot juicier, but I want you guys to pick a side. Now, this is all about the porta potty itself. This woman has decided to film this guy just as he came out of the porta potty, and she's confronting him, and then also thought she was right enough to post this on social media, because she posted this online as well. The whole thing comes down to this. If you're out in public, this guy looks to be an Amazon driver, right? I think.
It looks like the usual getup. It's definitely the right color.
And he's saying he doesn't speak English, but he's an Amazon driver. He has to go to the bathroom really bad while he's out on his ride, and he sees a porta potty. And he goes and uses the porta potty. She goes, is he using our porta potty? That's our porta potty. And he goes, well, I didn't know. He viewed the porta potty as sort of like a public bathroom. And I ask you this question. If you were walking around your neighborhood right now and it struck you that you really had to go to the bathroom, would you use a porta potty on a construction site?
I not only would, but I have.
Same, C-Lane.
I have.
Same, 100%.
And I thought I was going to get in like real trouble for it because I was told that I couldn't use it by actual police officers, but I had to. This was emergency kind of situation here. Yeah. I had to go.
Young Colombian says he's an Amazon driver. I've been there, but there are bathrooms that aren't always available. Okay, but this is a porta potty in somebody's front yard. She's arguing like this is basically our bathroom. And he's like, this is a porta potty. We generally just kind of treat porta potties Like they're kind of a public bathroom that anybody can use. So who's right? Let's go back to it now. He's trying to speak with her, but he doesn't speak English. So he's typing into his phone what he wants to say to this woman because he's very confused.
This is our house. This is not your porta potty. Why would you just use that? It's on our property.
He doesn't know what she's saying. He has no clue. She's just filming him. And sure, that like, hey, how rude is this?
I don't even know how to do that.
So now the Amazon guy he's a decent dude. He seems like a nice guy. He's trying to speak with her. So he's using the app where you can talk to somebody in a different language back and forth. And when he gives it to her, she's like, I don't even know how to do this. I don't even.
It's actually kind of a genius move if he actually does speak English. Like if he does speak English, he could just be like letting her like kind of playing a waiting game with her to see if she just kind of gets frustrated and gives up because she doesn't know how to use the Translate app.
Maybe that is a good way out. But somebody says legally he's in the wrong. That's what Heroin Bob says, and Heroin Bob wouldn't be wrong about this. But now she's trying to explain to the translator app.
This is our house that's under construction. We rent that porta potty. You just came on our property and went in our bathroom.
He's looking at the translation, obviously. I think.
Quanto price?
So he now said quanto price. He's like, I'll pay you. I had to use the bathroom. I'll give you some money for doing it. He does not understand what she's really upset about. He is not understanding what the hell she's upset about here because she's like, you essentially used our bathroom. And he's like, oh, is it about money? Do you want some money?
No, I don't want anything from you. Don't do that.
I had to go, he said.
That's like me going to your house and using your bathroom. Our house is under construction and we personally are using that bathroom. You just came to our house and went in our bathroom.
He's seeing the message because he's getting the translation.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, don't do that again. Okay, go.
Go. Don't go. You're dismissed. Get out of here. Don't go. Who is in the right here? The homeowner who says there's construction happening at our house right now, and this is our bathroom, albeit a portable bathroom and outside of our house. You cannot just stop and use it. Or the guy who was Amazon driving around and he goes, I have to go to the bathroom. There's a porta potty right here. We all kind of just do this, don't we? So who is in the right here? Pick a side. That's my question for you. But really, I want to go back to the end just for a second because it's easy to miss just how rude she was to him.
No, I don't want anything from you. Don't do that. Yeah, but
she's so disgusted by him.
that's like me going to your house and using your bathroom. Our house is under construction and we personally are using that bathroom. You just came to our house and went in our bathroom.
I want to remind you something here because a lot of people flying by and chat with thoughts. What's the point of this, AJ says? Is that all she wanted, to humiliate him and get an apology? What a C word. The thing is, not only did she confront this guy for using a porta potty when he had to go to the bathroom, for God's sake, but she videotaped it. When she recorded it with her phone, that's one thing. She confronted him and recorded it with her phone. The third piece of the puzzle is she then posted it online, right? And what is the point of that if not to solely just be like, can you believe this dude? He used our porta potty. This is our porta potty, for God's sake. What a less than he is. You peasant. So he says, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, don't do that again. Okay, go.
Go. Please leave. You're dismissed. Get out of here. What do you think, folks? Who is in the right? Who's in the wrong here? You have to pick a side. The Amazon worker who just tried to use the bathroom that he thought was just a porta potty out in front of a construction site, or the woman who says, this is our bathroom. This is like using our bathroom in our house. What if I went to your house and used your bathroom? What do you think? When I watch this, I think I 100% would have done what he did.
I have done it.
And I have
done it.
Same.
And I get it. The thing I did was wrong. It was illegal. The thing he did was illegal. But
who's right in this situation, though? Do you think she has a point, at least?
I mean, she has a mild point because, like other people have pointed out in chat, legally, BDMX Con nailed it. She's morally wrong, but he's legally wrong.
Right. Technically, he's going onto her property.
Sure.
But would any cop do anything about that? Like, would cops chime in on this if you don't mind?
They might have to.
You think so? If you said, hey, I was driving by my Amazon vehicle, I had to use the restroom, so I used the porta potty at this construction site. These people are like so upset by this. Now you're going to be, I don't think they would arrest you.
Maybe not arrest, but they might do the bare minimum that they have to do, to appease this lady, which might be like writing up a criminal trespass. Something like that, maybe not arresting him for trespassing then and there.
Yeah.
But, maybe like some sort of notice that says he can't return to that property for a year, something like that.
Can I ask the big question here? The big question to me is this. What on earth are you so worried about, lady? Are you worried he's going to make your porta potty gross? I have some news for you. Many other people before you have gone into your plastic bathroom and utilized it many times. And I hate to say it, but if you're living in a house that's so under construction that you don't even have a functioning inside bathroom, maybe your home is not livable. All right? Nobody on the planet goes to a construction site, sees a porta potty, and thinks this is now the homeowner's private bathroom. Nobody thinks that way. Nobody that I've ever met in my life
thinks it's for the workers.
They think it's for the workers. They think there's something inside for the homeowners to use, or the homeowners just wouldn't be there. Or if this is such a GD big deal to you, don't the porta potties have a thing you can lock it? I would imagine there's a lock on there.
Well, like going to put a padlock on it?
Yeah,
I guess you could.
There's something that you would be able to lock it up. I just don't get it. I think if your house is so under construction that you don't even have a functioning bathroom, your house is not livable. It's time for you, while you funded the construction, to fund yourself for a cheap little hotel for a week or so.
Extended stay.
Yeah, until you end up getting that place. Noam Badger says she's 100% not living there. It could be that she's not even living there and then still just like mad that this guy would use the porta potty because it wasn't his. And he even wanted to pay. He was like offering all these things.
¿Cuánto?
Yeah. It's like, she was so rude to him, but she thought he was so rude to her. That's the real dilemma here.
I mean, the thing about this is it's funny because this is like the second pick a side in a row that's had to deal with whether or not you should be allowed to use the bathroom at a place.
Yeah.
And in the previous one, I was siding with the store owner or the store clerk or whatever, just because it's a very common practice to have a sign on your store that says you must be a customer to use the restroom here.
Sure.
And I do have I have room in my opinion to have sympathy for somebody who just really has to go.
Yeah, I do too. I do too.
But I mean, if I had to go that bad and I was at a gas station, I'll buy a Coke, man, because then I could go to the bathroom and then I get a Coke.
100% right. That problem kind of solves itself. I would go, I have an emergency. I promise you, I'm going to spend $20 in here on the way out.
And the problem with the previous video is the guy was being a total dick about it.
Yeah, he was rude. The other person was rude, but this person was not rude at all. They don't even know English. Maybe she was mad about that.
He was being so nice.
Dispatch Dan says, I'll say it again. This is the entitled rich people mentality. She didn't want them getting in their porta-john. Here's KS with the dispatch about this. Let's see what they say.
I take it this woman is white.
She is.
Yeah. Lady, white women, Karens. Leave the man alone. He had to go. He had to take a number 2. It's outside.
Okay. I hope that's not what he did.
If he left one of those behind, what was he going to do?
Does that change your opinion of how everything went down? If he with a onesie or a twosie?
It could.
See? Yeah.
There's potential. There's potential that it could.
Now, it's funny because you watch this and you go, well, I would hope the guy was just doing a pee in there, you know? And then after watching the way the woman treated him, I kind of like would rewrite history and hope he wasn't. Hope he was going for the full the full trip.
I don't know whether he went number 1 or number 2. He did touch his stomach. He was like, "Oh my," like my stomach is. Yeah. He like was rubbing his stomach, going, "Oh, it was bad. I had to go." It was an emergency. I like C-Lane. I agree on that front. I 100% have to consider that. I've been in those emergency situations too. I think that this lady could have had a point, and she could have been like, "Hey, I get what's going on here. Next time, just for the record, this is our personal porta potty. We actually use it. If you don't mind, don't leave anything behind." Right? She could have said that, but she didn't say that. She engaged with him. She was rude to him. She videotaped him, and then she posted it up on social media to make him look bad.
Instagram, Twitter, y'all see this?
I think while she has a point, I picked the guy. I picked the guy in the emergency bathroom situation. We want to see what you think.
As a person who has exited a porta potty and been met with angry people outside, yeah. I picked the guy.
I feel for him a little bit. Arnott says, it's dumb to think trespassing is okay, and that caller making it about race sucks. I think he's just saying that about the Karen front or whatever. I care less about that. I just care more about, like, who is in the right here. Fresh Boy says, question, where are the construction workers supposed to use the bathroom if she won't let anyone else use the porta potty? I don't know. Good question. Yeah. Let us know. Dan says, this isn't something he deserves to lose his job or pay over. I hope his company's more understanding. Dude did offer to pay her and fix it. His company is Amazon. So Amazon is so big that this woman could go, this man used our private bathroom and he had no permission to do so. And they wouldn't even know what was going on. So that could be another problem. So let us know what you think. Send your dispatch over on thenewsjunkie.com or an email, tips, TIPS, on thenewsjunkie.com. Okay, quick break. When we come back, we'll get to more of your responses, including to the question we started the show off with. Is it possible, with Mitch McConnell in mind, to prove in 2026 that you're actually alive? The newspaper could be AI. The video could be AI. Everything could be AI. How do you prove that you're alive? We'll get into your responses on that one as well. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Our constant mispronunciations and poor grammar are clear indicators that we are not AI. Real Radio 104.1, guaranteed human.
If you're starting your ride or just grabbing a bite to eat, you won't be running into anything tying you up or slowing you down on the major roadways. Morning traffic's pretty much cleared up. I-4 is still going to give you some issues. Eastbound between Osceola Parkway and Apopka Vineland Road, there's some slowdowns. Construction on the off-ramp from I-4 eastbound to World Drive.
Hello. Pick a side, folks. Pick a side. Who was right? The woman or the Amazon worker? The woman or the Amazon worker? Who was right? If you like segments like this and enjoy the show, why not toss some support our way? Go subscribe to Secret Shows via premium subscription on thenewsjunkie.com. This unlocks the website and the app for you. It's as little as $2.99 a month, $29.99 for the whole freaking year. The price has never moved and gone up for the cheapest subscription. So it'll stay there, as far as I know. But you can support the show. It's the best way to do it, away from the corporations and directly to us to fund stuff like this. Subscribe over at thenewsjunkie.com. It's easy to do. Or gift subscriptions to other listeners who are maybe really desperate to go to the bathroom in a porta potty right now. I choose the Amazon worker, the worker. Hello?
I got ladies.
You got what?
I got ladies treats for the studio.
What you got? I don't want her to have treats in here. You got her treats for the studio? Oh, they have Cavaliers on them. What was it?
Definitely didn't motivate me to buy it.
Where am I supposed to put this?
I don't know.
All right, let her out in here.
Lady.
Let's see if she likes one, folks. Have you ever used a porta potty like that at like a construction site?
No, but if I had to go to the bathroom,
I would 100%.
I've seen a guy get off of, like, a normal guy that was just bicycling.
Yeah.
Get off and go use one.
We've seen those ones that are like in the middle of the interstate on I-4 or like in some precarious situation. Okay, it's a little steak shaped.
Oh my goodness, that's cute.
It's a shape of a steak.
Adorable, lady.
Oh, she's excited. You excited?
What is that,
Sit.
bud?
Ready? Spin. Sit. Spin. Sit. Lay down. Lay down all the way. I know you want it. Ready? Here you go. Yeah.
Whoa, is that special? You want to take it
Oh.
to the carpet? Okay.
If she really likes something, she takes it away and goes and eats it over there slowly.
Make sure it's sealed so it doesn't get
Oh, shoot, yeah. Am I keeping it in here?
I can put them in here.
Just put them right in there. I'll grab them. At least we know that she has those to get.
Okie dokie.
Okay. Bye. See those spins? How is that for impressive? Why in chat if you're impressed? Give me an N if you weren't impressed. Courtney makes Sean do tricks before he gets his lunch too. Not true. I make my own lunch. But I would do tricks for it. Florida Scratcher says there's a difference between a construction site or a house being renovated while people are still living there. Sure, but Florida Scratcher, you must agree. If somebody has so much construction going on in their house that they don't even have a functioning bathroom, you don't have a functioning house to live in. So they shouldn't be there to begin with. Everybody, at least that I know, is under the impression when you see a porta potty outside of a house with some construction going on, that porta potty is for the construction workers. And so therefore we think it's like, hey, this is sort of a pseudo-public porta potty. Like, they don't know the construction workers. It's there because they legally have to put it there on a work site. And we see this all the time. And if you had to go in an emergency, I think so many of you would 100% do it. Nobody had the balls to put a no for one tongue punch fart box was the lone no for Lady Spins. How could you, sir? Don't forget, announcement about the show coming up in the Power Hour today. Did you guys see Tom Segura and his wife, comedian Tom Segura and his wife are getting a divorce after 18 years of marriage? Who cares? Who cares? Nobody cares. Who cares? Tom Segura. Spin for your sticky rice, Sean? Buddy, you have no clue. I 100% would. I 100% would. All right, we'll come back in a bit.
That is a wondrous goal!
4 teams hoping to hoist the trophy for their country.
Spain heading to the semifinal. And the only place to listen to every remaining game for free
is the iHeartRadio app.
What a moment in the tournament.
Fox Sports and iHeartRadio bring you all the action, no matter where you are.
The biggest games are yet to come. Don't miss a moment.
The referee blows the full-time whistle. Download the free iHeartRadio app now.
Win $25,000 in free impact windows from Reese Windows. Text TRUST to 20129.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Bank. B-A-N-K. Bank. Enter it now at realradio.fm and answer your phone if you get the call. Good luck.
Because therapy's expensive, and we have microphones. This is the news.
Sometimes I see a headline and I go, mwah, magnifique, chef's kiss. We'll see what it is in a second to get to your feedback on the show, your dispatches and emails that are rolling in over at thenewsjunkie.com in a moment. Thank you so much to everybody for the support here on the show today, including Tom with the gifted subscription over on thenewsjunkie.com. That was claimed very quickly. Appreciate you. Appreciate Brad for the 14 earlier. Let's see you go next. Show some support to the show over on thenewsjunkie.com by subscribing or gifting some subscriptions for other very greedy, very wanting listeners of the show. This is funny to me. In San Francisco, C-Lane, they've been trying to finally turn things around. And in San Francisco, there are people who had enough, finally, of them being known as a city with human feces on the sidewalk, the hobo encampments everywhere, the tent cities, the sidewalks covered in tents, all that stuff. Finally, a couple of these San Franciscans got upset by that, and they wanted to make some moves. And the new mayor of San Francisco, from what I could tell, has actually been doing some stuff that was a little bit smarter than you might expect, given the history of the city with the homeless issues. And I guess San Franciscans have been taking kindly to it. They've been liking that he's been changing things up and cleaning things up a little bit.
They have a new policy: treat every day like China is coming.
I was trying to spell that out. Yes. Yeah, literally just treat it like the premier or the president of China is coming. I was like, what is that? I thought you were trying to spell like TURD. We're going in that direction. But this is different here. So these folks in San Francisco started freaking out. Let me bring up this story from KTLA in front of me. And these folks started freaking out because a homeless encampment was popping up in front of their place. And they obviously did not like this. Here is what the homeless encampment looked like on the sidewalk. And so I thought we were stopping this. I thought we were shutting down these homeless takeovers of the public sidewalk and living in little tents like this. And so they started to complain. They started to register the calls with the police and with the 311s and all of that. And when the information came back, they said, oh, no. We can't actually get rid of this. We can't get rid of this homeless encampment. Any guesses as to why, C-Lane, or do you already know? I'm curious.
I don't already know.
Okay. All right.
They can't get rid of it because it is part of a movie shoot.
That's exactly right, actually. Yeah. This is not a real homeless camp of tents. This is legitimately, they found out, the set for a new Netflix movie called 2034. And in the movie about 2034 San Francisco, they want to show the sidewalks with hobos and tents all over the place. So they show it that way by putting up a tent city on the sidewalk for filming. And then when the residents think it's an actual tent city and try to get it shut down, they say we can't.
It's kind of interesting to me because my first thought when I saw this is that some of those tents are kind of nice looking, like as far as tents go.
Too clean?
Yeah, very much too clean for a homeless encampment. But, I know that sometimes some of these things get stolen or donated or whatever. So the fact that they might get access to nicer materials, nicer things like that is not crazy. But now that I know it's for a movie set, I think it looks even more too nice. Yeah. Because how's it going to be believable in 2034 or 2030, whatever the film is called, when all the stuff is too cleaned up?
They'll add that in post, I guess. Here's KTLA. I want to hear them talk about this. This is the story of this homeless camp that popped up, and people complained that it was fake.
Quite a shock when a massive homeless encampment popped up in their neighborhood. Fortunately for those residents, it turned out to be fake.
Quiet on the set.
This encampment in the city's financial district is actually the set for a new Netflix thriller, 2034. The AI-themed film stars Rachel McAdams and Jeff Daniels. Crews, equipment, trucks, and traffic control officers are working in the area.
Imagine that. You go, oh, no, there's more hobos in the tents. And they go, actually, this one's going to stay. This one's going to stay here for right now. Somebody says, I'm surprised actual homeless people didn't try to move in. Not yet. Not yet. But that's what happened.
There's always a chance, though.
Yeah, the headline says a massive homeless encampment popped up in San Francisco. It turns out it's fake. So they can't get rid of it because they have a permit for this particular homeless encampment. Let us know what you think. Send a dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com. All right, let's see what we got. I'm sure some people were chiming in on our pick a side, which was the homeowner who said to the Amazon worker who went up and she caught him using her porta potty on her property. She said, "That's our porta potty. It's like using our bathroom. Our house is under construction and we use that porta potty. How could you do this?" So many people had thoughts. And let's see. Here's a TTS from the elder.
I probably wouldn't have said anything if the guy was an obvious Amazon driver. But if the guy maybe looked like a hobo, I would maybe say something. I know you may not be right, but that's what I would do.
All right, thank you. There's Flip talking about this thing happening in his neighborhood. Really? This has happened to him.
So a similar thing like this happened in our neighborhood. I happen to be on the homeowners association because I hate homeowners associations. So I wanted to just keep everybody in check. And we had a house under construction that had a porta-john that the landscape folks that were mowing our common areas would use all the time. And the homeowner was getting upset because he has to pay to, get it emptied and cleaned and all that. So the first instance where somebody's caught, you're not going to get a ticket or get in trouble. You get a warning. And then and this is in Virginia with Virginia cops and all that sort of thing.
Sure. Okay.
The second time, if you're caught doing the same thing after you've been warned, then you can get a citation. But the simple answer to that was, hey, homeowner, put a padlock on it, give the key or the combination to the contractors who use it, and tell them to lock it up when you're done. You won't have this situation.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I was like, you could put a lock on these things if you're so territorial about it.
I mean, it's weird because he's saying, hey, homeowner, put a lock on it. But a lot of times it's the construction companies themselves that set up these porta potties. Now, if she was really telling the truth in as much as they are living in the house but don't have a bathroom, so that's the bathroom they use, maybe they did hire the porta potty themselves. But it just seems like something that the construction company already has to deal with, so they would be the ones like in charge of it.
Yeah. I mean, I think that makes sense to me. I don't know if that lady will find it to be sensible, though. I think that lady was very serious about what she was doing and very rude to the guy. Here's Big Al.
So this lady with the porta potty, that's just definitely morally wrong, but I've stopped to use porta potties at job sites before.
Yeah, you never get me twice.
I'm in construction, but I drive around a lot. I mean, you got to go. If that was my house, I could give 2 shakes less. And yes, you can lock them with a padlock on the outside. Some of the contractors will lock their personal porta potties on a job site, or the ones for women on a job site, they will have their own key so the men can't use it. But this lady's just being a pain in the ass. It's the only way to say it. Hope that's allowed. Have a good one, guys.
Thank you, Big Al. Appreciate that. Thanks for your feedback. You could be next. Record your message over at thenewsjunkie.com. I mean, I think like you just have to, C-Lane hit the nail on the head for me. You just have to understand that sometimes people have emergencies. And it's not like something they're doing because they're angry at you or to get back at you or anything like that.
When I was like younger, like a kid, elementary age, daycare, I still remember one of the only times my mom told me that I could disobey an adult was that if that adult was telling me that I couldn't go to the bathroom and I really had to.
Right.
Like, the only time that it was like acceptable for me to just deliberately go against somebody's wishes, an adult's wishes like that. Somebody in a position of authority was like, hey, if you have to go to the bathroom and and they have a problem with it, they could talk to me.
Yeah, what are you supposed to do about this? Here's the last word on this. One final dispatch from Daddy Two Times.
So with this porta potty situation, I know if we were asked to raise our hand if we'd taken a random dump in a random porta potty before, a whole lot of hands would go up. Now, if I asked how many of us took that dump at a residential property while people were living in the home and we weren't a contractor working there or one of their guests, the amount of hands would go down to damn near zero. So I understand the importance and the urgency in the matter at hand. This is Florida, man. You might get shot taking a dump in someone's property, in their porta potty on their property. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to be that
Shoot somebody over there? Probably. It's probably happened.
He wasn't saying it's a good idea to shoot people for this, but, how many times have we had a story about somebody getting shot for turning around in the wrong driveway?
True. Yeah, it absolutely happened. All right. We'll take more of your responses on anything we're talking about here today. We will take emails as well, tips@thenewsjunkie.com. When we come back, we got the hot sheet. That's all geared up and ready to go. We got an announcement for you at the start of the Power Hour and so much more on the way on a Share the Show Tuesday. And that's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Whoa, there we go. Hello. Welcome behind the scene. I cut myself off. I hit Skull Mike so early, I cut myself off. I've got a great clip to drop on you here, probably right after the hot sheet. Just a banger clip I'm excited to play for you. As long as he's not smearing crap all over the walls, I don't see what the problem is. Yeah. True. Folks, if you enjoy the show and want to show a little support, one option is subscribing on thenewsjunkie.com or gifting subscriptions. The other is just simply hitting that like button. If you don't mind, just hit the like button on the stream today. It's a huge, huge help. Like Mark, did you hit the like button on YouTube? Florida Scratcher, did you? Nicole, Night Nurse, Cyclone Ranger, did you? Barbara, did you? Did you hit that like button? How you doing, by the way? Barbara says, you good, happy? Yeah, as happy as I can be. All things considered. Got an announcement coming up at the Power Hour launch today. I use the family bathroom stall if I have to do it in public. Sean is the clip keeper? You bet your ass I am. They're saying yes, they did. Kevin says I was the first one to click the like button. Thank you, Kevin. I appreciate that. I appreciate you. Sean made me pee outside when I was at his house. That is not true. This man constantly tries to do this sort of stuff. I welcome people into my house in the kindest way possible. I allow them to use the facilities at my house just like I do, even though I probably shouldn't. Chaos, when he was here in this studio and in this house, probably left an upper decker that I just haven't found yet. Or as Bootsy said, maybe peed on the floor. I don't know. How am I supposed to know? Hey, Twitch, how you doing? We're back in 2 minutes. Let me see if I got an exclusive for you folks on the Skull Mike side of things. Stand by. Holy cow. Skull Mike exclusive. Let's take it to North Carolina for this one. An 82-year-old North Carolina woman says she survived falling in her bathtub and being trapped there for 9 days. 9 days. 82-year-old Joan Rivet survived falling in her bathtub and being trapped there for 9 days by turning on the faucet with her foot and drinking water that she managed to splash up to her face, all while drifting in and out of consciousness in the 9 days she spent trapped in her bathtub. She shared her remarkable story of survival with the Mountaineer newspaper. You don't read that. I do. Such falls are prevalent enough. In the 1980s, they served as the premise of the Life Alert medical alarm and protection companies commercials. I've fallen and I can't get up. In her case, Rivet, who's been a widow since 2023, living in a North Carolina mountain home, she said this from a physical rehab bed where she's recovering. I stepped away from the dark side of the whole situation because once you go down there, how do you come back? Her brother became concerned, who lives in Georgia, and went to check on her well-being. They found her semi-conscious in the bathtub. She was getting ready for bed on the 1st of June when she took a step backwards in the bathroom, toppled into her tub, and came down with the shower curtain and rod for the next 9 days. She lived in the bathtub. Cosidia says, I call BS. Was she also drinking her pee? 9 days. She got the water on her foot and then scooped the water, splashed it up to her face to be able to drink in the bathtub to stay alive. 90 seconds. No life alert, right. You don't even need a life alert anymore, honestly. You could just get any Amazon device, I believe. I think you could just use any Amazon device. Or Siri or anything. But it happens. You know, it happens to these people. I bet she was clean. I bet she wasn't. I bet she wasn't. I'll bet you a lot. She survived World War II and COVID. Would have been real bad to go out like that? Yeah, true. All right, here we go.
Bryan Adams Roll with the Punches Tour, live in Milwaukee, August 16th.
Hey, this is Bryan Adams inviting you to come and see me live in concert.
Round trip air for two with hotel and more. Prize provided by Bryan Adams.
It's VIP with Q&A, an autographed album, merch, and all that good stuff.
Tap the contest tab while you're listening to us on the free iHeartRadio app for your chance to win.
So roll with the punches on the iHeartRadio app to enter.
This portion of the News Junkie is brought to you by that mortgage guy, Don.
Don't miss the boat. Compare your quote with that mortgage guy, Don.com.
Real Radio is on Instagram at RealRadio1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
If it's important to you, it's on and probably being mocked by.
Some interesting updates here very quickly before, and actually just one that will work in before we fire off the hot sheet here. From just moments ago, I guess Trump was asked why the FBI was at Lindsey Graham's house. Like, what are they doing there? If this is just some health issue and Lindsey Graham wasn't killed by the Russians or the Iranians or whoever, or the Jews. I know somebody sent an email saying, I think it might have been the Israelis. Whatever you think, whatever your pet conspiracy is, why was the FBI at Lindsey Graham's house? And I guess this was just asked in the White House. Let's listen.
If I could also ask, are you aware of why the FBI is looking into Senator Graham's death? Have you gotten any updates on why they were at his home?
Well, I don't know why, because I think, he had a problem. His father had a very similar problem, as you know. It's very unique. At first I heard it was clogged arteries, because he did have clogged arteries. He had a problem with that. He was, I wish he took better care of himself. I say, you can solve that problem, but what happened is actually something that's very hard to detect. It was not related to any blockage. It was a totally different thing. And supposedly, and I've watched all the medical reports, I've had the doctors from the White House come in and explain what happened. And this is something that is very, almost undetectable.
Ask if he cried.
And if it happens, there's not much you can do about it.
You crying above us, President?
Yeah, were you? We heard you kind of crying a little bit. Were those tears? Also, talking about Lindsey Graham's clogged arteries. Glass houses, Trump, right? I mean, a little bit of you're a fast food animal yourself. I know that. I've seen that myself.
I don't think Lindsey Graham has been photographed with as much as McDonald's as you have.
Yeah, I think he's maybe a little out of his lane there.
Unfortunate, but there's not much you can do about it. If you look at his father died of the same thing at about the same age.
Jesus.
So there was not much. They say it's almost undetectable.
So why is the FBI
you can
there?
detect it by if you have a very bad back. That's a sign. It's a bad sign.
Uh-oh.
So if anybody has a bad back, it's a pretty rough thing to think about. But the fact that's one of the primary signs, and he would tell me he had a bad back. But little did anyone realize it was for that. So, and when that bursts, which it did, it burst. There's not much. So I don't see a lot of evil there.
If you have a bad back, you've been warned, number one. Number two, I don't know how that answers the question. The FBI was the FBI at his house following his sudden death. Maybe just making sure? I don't know. You let us know what you think. Send a dispatch. Right now, let's do the hot sheet.
Check the hot sheet. It's news, but not like real important news.
Best investigator reporting on the planet.
The top stories from the people on your screens and speakers are on the hot sheet with C-Lane.
That's right. The top 5 stories right here in the Nonsense News, brought to you by that mortgage guy, Don. And Sean, where do you land on movie lengths these days? I know there's been a bunch of talk about it. There was a new report last week or something about how long they think movies should be.
Oh God. I think a movie should be every second that it needs to be and not 1 second more personally. But 2 hours is about around what I tend to like, I think.
You like 2 hours?
Yeah, about 2 hours. I think you take a little chunk, maybe an hour 40, 2 hours or something. It takes about 2 hours out of your day. I like that.
Well, they're talking a lot about some of the movies that have come out recently. I think not Oppenheimer, but Oppenheimer was pretty long. The new Christopher Nolan, the Odyssey, is supposed to be pretty long. The story itself is pretty long, so it's hard to kind of truncate Homer's Odyssey. And now Disney is saying they're putting premium format tickets on sale months in advance for Avengers Doomsday. The studio plans to announce that domestic tickets for the eagerly anticipated franchise sequel will go on sale July 20th. The studio will open the ticket sales 5 months early for these Infinity Vision theaters, which is the large format designation the studio announced for select Doomsday Theater screens. They created that brand in the wake of Warner Brothers locking down IMAX for Dune Part 3 for 3 weeks after both films are released on December 18th. So it's going to be a big box office battle later this year. But now that they're starting to sell tickets, they have to schedule these, and they have an early runtime for the film of 165 minutes. That is 2 hours and 45 minutes.
That's a little on the long side. But again, it doesn't matter to me personally, as long as I'm not watching the movie thinking you could have edited this out or that out or this out. If it's like Obsession was a pretty longish movie. I think it was around 2 hours.
Wasn't that like 90? It went by pretty quickly for me.
And that goes to tell you, hold on, Obsession runtime, 108 minutes, I guess. Okay, so just short of 2 hours.
Yeah.
Obsession was. But to me, that was the perfect length that movie should have been, because there was nothing that I thought could have been cut out. So that's what I always think too.
Well, they say the final cut is unlikely to be locked in this far in advance. Selling tickets on a set schedule like this means they can only change the runtime by a small margin, because now they're selling things on a schedule. 165 minutes will be longer than 2018's Infinity War, but shorter than Endgame, which ran 181 minutes. Brad Pitt used to be, the it guy, man. He was the most desirable name in Hollywood at times, unless, of course, you're his daughter. Because another kid of Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie's is getting closer to closing the book on the family name. Zahara Jolie Pitt has taken legal steps to just be Zahara Jolie. Court documents show she's completed one of California's required hurdles for a legal name change by publishing, I didn't know you had to do this to change your name, publishing notice of her petition in the Los Angeles Daily Journal once a week for 4 consecutive weeks.
I saw this in Nathan For You, believe it or not. Changing your name requires a lot of steps like this.
Mm-hmm.
And I find it to be weird, but what happens? Like, what is Brad Pitt supposed to see it in that publication? And hang on a second.
I think you could just see it on his phone, or I'm sure somebody's going to tell him about it.
Yeah,
but is that like a blue law? Is that like an older thing? Like publish it in the newspaper once a week for 4 consecutive weeks to tell the world you have a different name? Or I guess it says you can call for anyone opposing the change to submit a written opposition before the final hearing.
I bet it goes back to like marriage somehow, like a woman trying to change her name to get. I bet it goes back to that, but I'll check. I'll
find out where to find all the divorcees. The 21-year-old filed her petition in June asking to legally change her name from Zahara Marley Jolie Pitt to just Zahara Marley Jolie, dropping the Pitt name. Apparently there's a little bit of trouble in paradise when it comes to Brad Pitt and his children with Angelina Jolie. Over in the Kanye world, an ex-employee of Kanye West is seeking a lot of money in legal fees after winning a court case against Kanye.
All right.
This guy, Anthony Saxon Nettlecos, a former employee who won a civil case against the rapper earlier this year, is now asking a judge to make Kanye cough up $1.2 million in attorney's fees, which seems like a lot of money in attorney's fees.
That is.
When the jury only awarded the man $140,000 in damages after finding Ye liable under California's labor code for failing to provide workers' compensation insurance. So he gets $140,000. His lawyers say, we logged 740 attorney hours over the 3-year fight. That's worth to us a lot more than $140,000. We're going to need $1.2 million.
Jesus. Man.
So they're asking the judge to make Kanye pay up even more. The filing also takes aim at Kanye's litigation tactics. It says that Kanye's people made a $100,000 settlement offer just before trial, then later demanded Saxon pay $200,000 himself and issue a public apology, which his attorneys say they rejected both and pressed on to a trial that they ended up winning.
Quick, go ahead. I'm sorry. I thought you were
$200,000 in an apology when you're the one suing is a wild ask.
Real quick on the name change thing. The main historical reasons were to prevent people from getting away from debt. So if they owed a debt and they wanted to change their name, preventing criminal evasion. So if you were like a wanted person and you changed your name, protecting inheritance and property rights, and sometimes for like divorce notices and stuff as well. And it's weird that they still do that now. Like in 2026, does that make sense to still have to do that?
It seems very town crier, like, hear ye, hear ye.
Brad Pitt's daughter is changing her name.
The Lord Christopher Lane wishes to change his name.
He made himself a lord, folks.
Well, yeah. I mean, in the old days, I would probably be a lord, at least a lord. Over in Italy, the iconic tenor Andrea Bocelli has his name attached to this really weird story, only because I guess he owns this piece of property that somebody rented out for their wedding.
Mm-hmm.
But a couple from the United States was a victim of a robbery at a swanky Bocelli family estate in Forte dei Marmi, an upscale seaside town on the Tuscan coast.
Sounds nice.
Intruders made their way in and helped themselves to watches, cash, and fine jewelry, among other high-end brand valuables, while everyone was at dinner. The couple feels they were done dirty on the eve of their wedding, no less. There was no forced entrance into the locked and alarm-set villa. A wall safe, which they were unaware of in the home, was even cracked. And local authorities responded, but the couple says they did a half-assed job of investigating, and their final report had glaring inaccuracies. And weirdly enough, Andrea Bocelli was like, I have very little to do with this except my name's on the deed, but it landed him in the news nonetheless. And last but not least, it is expensive to get a pardon from the president, and especially when you don't actually get it. Boozy Badass is suing after paying $600,000 to lobbyists for a Trump pardon that never materialized.
Damn.
He had to pay $300 up front, and he claims that since they didn't do it, they should give him money back, but that may or may not have been omitted from their contract, so he might be out $600K and not pardoned for that possession of a gun by a felon kind of deal he was in trouble for. So Boozy Badass has got some troubles in his foreground. Hey, if you have a mortgage with a 7 or 8 in front of the rate, it's time to call that mortgage guy down. You're paying too much money. The rates have been headed down. They're at nearly 3-year lows. And so if you want to pay less money, you want to save a little bit of that, call our friend Don. He'll help you out. Here is the website.
Don't miss the boat. Compare your quote with that mortgage guy, Don.com.
All right, folks, when we come back, I got another pick aside for us to get into. We have a bunch of other stories that we haven't even begun to broach yet, but we'll continue with the updates. We have an announcement at the start of the Power Hour as well, and that's all coming up next on the News Junkie.
It's never been easier to listen to Real Radio 104.1 wherever you go. Make us your number one preset on our free iHeartRadio app.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Traffic lights are acting funny where Silver Star Road meets Pine Hills Road. Use that intersection as a four-way stop. There's a crash on John Young Parkway near Pleasant Hill Road. Construction's blocking the right lane on 429 northbound between State Road 4.
Hello. Welcome behind the scenes. How are you, everybody? We're halfway through a Share the Show Tuesday. Ask yourself, what have I done for the show lately? What have you done? Thank you, WTF Lint, for the 102 months. That's a long subscription, buddy. Thank you. Bless you. Good to have you around. I polished your hat. Thank you. Thank you so much. I need to get my hair cut. There's so many grays coming in on the sides right now. Can you see them? These little flyaway grays. These guys. Oh, I need to handle that. Not dye it. I'm never going to dye it. Not dye my hair. I'm never going to dye my hair. Sounded like I was saying I'm never going to go on a diet. But I am. Chat, little piece of info for you. After his performances in New York City, including the one until 3 o'clock in the morning, Jay-Z is now in talks to be the next performer for the Super Bowl. February 2027. According to an extremely well-placed top-tier industry insider, the National Football League has formally approached Jay-Z to headline the next Super Bowl. That's interesting because that's literally Jay-Z's job, is being the head of a panel that approves the Super Bowl acts, which is why all the Super Bowl acts have been like either rap or Spanish with Bad Bunny last year. There hasn't been a rock act in that entire time, as far as I'm aware, that Jay-Z has been a part of this NFL team. Jay-Z's done quite well off of that. So it'd be weird for the NFL to be like, who should we pick for the halftime performance this year, Jay-Z? And for Jay-Z to be like, I know the perfect person. It's a man who's good looking. He has so many hits, it's unbelievable. And I pick me. However, it's still a pretty good pick. It's still a pretty good pick. Jay-Z's on the board? Yeah, I know. But I know that there's been too much rap. I know that we've been dominated in our culture for a quarter century by rap now. They wiped out our new metal gods and the 80s rockers and grunge rockers and everybody before that. They wiped out pop music and they've taken over. But even though I think they could use a rock act for the Super Bowl halftime performance, Jay-Z would be pretty good. Jay-Z would be good. Who should be picked as Streamer of the Year for the News Junkie Streamer Awards? I'd have to hear a little bit more about this, the News Junkie show. I think they're great, but who knows? Back in a minute. Give Kanye the Super Bowl already? No shot, man. No shot. Anybody think the NFL would ever let Kanye perform? Like, unless a decade goes by where he apologizes every day. The NFL is still like very much socially political as hell. Very much identity politics focused. That's why Jay-Z is there to begin with. The idea was like hiring somebody who will bring a wider variety of cultural representation for the Super Bowl halftime show. This was on the heels of Colin Kaepernick, who apparently he took a shot at during his performances because I don't think he's getting along with him anymore. Could he get his wife to make a cameo? He did at his concert. Why not the Super Bowl? Just give it to Taylor Swift? All I'm telling you is, even though I sort of agree with some of the arguments about the Super Bowl halftime show as of late, I 100% think Jay-Z would be a good Super Bowl halftime performer. I think it would be awesome. I think he would have been way better than Bad Bunny, but that's just me. I'm an old man. All right, we are coming back. Thanks for hanging out today, folks. You guys being careful with your lettuce out there? I sure hope so.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates.
All right, let's do a pick a side. I've got one for you, and I think it's a good one. We'll see if you agree and see who you pick. We're going to get into that right now on the show.
And invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter. Win $25,000 in free impact windows from Maurice Windows. Text TRUST to 20129.
iHeartRadio FIFA World Cup Update.
It's world number 1 France against world number 3 Spain in today's World Cup semifinal. Spanish star Lamine Yamal looking for his first goal since the group stage.
There it is! There he is! Lamine Yamal, first career World Cup goal!
Yamal celebrated his 19th birthday yesterday. Coming up tomorrow, the other semifinal with England facing Argentina.
Download the iHeartRadio app for live Fox coverage of every game.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Preset. Preset. That's preset. Enter it now at realradio.fm and answer your phone if you get the call. Good luck.
Radio 104.1. Join in on the chaos. We eagerly await your dispatch. This
Viral Newsroom featuring you. Yeah, we'll get to some of your dispatches and your emails in just a moment here on the show. We got an announcement at the top of the hour when we kick off the Power Hour. I got to pick a side for you here in just a moment. People have been loving those. My favorite part is sometimes people might, they try to really hold me to the news part of the news junkie stuff sometimes. I thought this was a news junkie. And I say, this is not news. I'll say, wait and watch. We just had a pick a side that we did like a week or 2 ago that when I woke up this morning, I saw in like 3 or 4 news stories. I'm like, we take the story when it's just starting to pop off in the viral world. We talk about it as a pick a side, as sort of a distraction here on the News Junkie. And then it legitimately becomes a news story like a week or 2 afterwards. That's how it goes. So just hit the brakes on that if you don't mind. I do have that pick a side for you, and I want to get into that. But first, I hope everybody's being careful out there because this parasite that's making so many people sick is really starting to spread. And I keep hearing California finds its first case. There are cases in Florida. It's spreading across New York. This parasite that they think maybe is coming from the produce at some place people are blaming Taco Bell. And
they're really blaming Taco Bell. Like they're talking about investigating Taco Bell.
And all of that, I think, C-Lane, is because of insert diarrhea joke. That's literally what it is.
There has been a lot of that.
All of these people are posting on social media. They said there's a parasite causing everybody to have diarrhea. And Taco Bell is to blame.
Instagram, Twitter, y'all see this?
What are you doing here? Taco Bell simply saw that this was spreading from, I think, Michigan, and in their Michigan state Taco Bell restaurants took a bunch of items off the menu. Poor Taco Bell gets it hard. Like the headlines I saw. Let me see. Taco Bell.
Do you think Taco Bell, I don't think they are really worried about that stigma. It doesn't seem to affect their bottom line. It doesn't seem to affect... It doesn't look like they've ever tried to go out on the offensive or on the defense, maybe, of this whole, Taco Bell gives you stomach troubles kind of idea. They just go, all right, you guys haven't stopped coming to get the chalupas, so we're going to keep serving them to you.
You know what, though, C-Lane? That would be like trying to save beans right now. Beans are forever tied to farts. It's just the way of the world that beans are tied
rhyme.
In. Yes, that's literally that rhyme. Beans, they're good for your heart. That has done the bean industry and big bean conglomerate in for all of these years. But what I think is really happening here is Taco Bell is being proactive, and in their Michigan restaurants, they stopped selling lettuce and cilantro and a couple of other other items. And in these Taco Bell Michigan locations, they were trying to be decent about this so they didn't get more people sick. And the headlines are like, Taco Bell investigated as lettuce emerges as possible source of this cyclosporiasis. The cyclosporiasis outbreak, is it tied to Taco Bell? Taco Bell, we all knew they gave you diarrhea, but we didn't know it was this bad.
They're calling it explosive, too.
It's explosive. Yeah, here's one right here. Taco Bell eyed an explosive diarrheal outbreak. Leafy greens suspected. But as far as I can tell, it's just something that started in Michigan, and Taco Bell was like, we don't want to be causing more problems, so let's stop selling this stuff at our locations, and they just blamed them.
Now, I don't know if this was something that somebody dispatched in or I read it somewhere, but they were saying Michigan was kind of an important factor in that because I guess there are some food service companies or something that have like a hub in Michigan that ships a lot of their product out to different states. So they were worried like, okay, if this is hitting Michigan, that would be ground zero for some sort of case like this and then spread outwards.
And now that's why we're seeing it in Florida. We're seeing it in California. I think it's even further than that, C-Lane, because I think this is one of those things that people are embarrassed to say they got. It was kind of embarrassing to say you had COVID for a little bit of time, but more so, it's super embarrassing to be like, oh, I got that parasite that gives you absolutely explosive diarrhea. Nobody wants to admit to that. I think the amount of people who have this is zeros and zeros and zeros behind whatever they tell you it is. I do. But they're having fun with this. Here's TMZ. Taco Bell probed. All right, that's purposeful. In explosive diarrhea outbreak. And it says, might have to put a longer pause on those drunk late-night Taco Bell visits because the explosive diarrhea parasite is starting to go national, and the fast food chain is under investigation for a possible connection to the outbreak. According to the Washington Post, the investigation is ongoing with leafy lettuce as the leading suspect in what's causing the outbreak, but that doesn't mean other food items can't be ruled out. To be clear, investigation extends beyond Taco Bell locations, with officials looking into various potential sources of the outbreak. As far as I know, the only connection is that Taco Bell said we're going to stop serving up the lettuce because we think the lettuce is the source for the outbreak. Everybody else has lettuce too. Taco Bell was just kind of like being proactive and saying we're going to pull it off. And for being proactive, everybody's like Taco Bell is doing this. Because all these outlets, TMZ is just one of them, but serious news outlets too, all they want to do is get clicks. So they will do this and do the diarrhea
joke. It's a sexy
joke.
target. Taco Bell is a sexy target for this.
Yeah.
And it is kind of funny to me that the culprit right now, like the lead suspect in all this, is leafy greens or specifically lettuce. Mm-hmm. Like, because you just think of like the no carb crowd or like the I'm a man. I eat steak and drink Stoli, and that's my
Bet
diet.
your ass.
And you're like, see, the salad is taking you down.
This is what's responsible. Yeah, because that is bad. It's bad. It hurts. It's not good. But it's coming from produce. Like I said this the moment the story popped out. I said when people get sick, they get sick from the produce, because the produce is grown in places where a lot of times the feces from the animals, cows and pigs at farms upstream, comes down into the water. If you've read Sinclair's The Jungle, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But this is a long-held thing that's actually true, where the livestock uses they go to the bathroom. They don't actually go to the bathroom because they're cows. They just poop and pee. And it tumbles around, and then it washes off into the water. And then the water ends up contacting the places that are growing the fruits and vegetables that you eat. And then that's how these things can get into the food. And so it ends up on this lettuce or whatever else that you're eating. And then the one company that goes, all right, we don't want more people to get sick than have to in Michigan, is Taco Bell, and they just get drilled for it. Here's an email coming in. Let's get to some of your feedback. Barry emails the show, tips@thenewsjunkie.com. As a doctor that treats almost exclusively bad backs, the info that you played that Trump gave out is misleading. Trump was talking about Lindsey Graham dying and saying the heart thing that killed him, oftentimes the only symptom that you see is that your back hurts. And this Barry, the doctor, says that's misleading. Dissecting aortic aneurysms cause severe tearing back pain as it tears and ruptures right before death. But simply having a bad back does not at all indicate that you could have this problem. I've treated thousands of patients with bad backs over 25 plus years, and absolutely zero of them have had this rare problem. Just don't want people out there with bad backs, which is more than half of us, freaking out. Thank you, Barry. Good information. Thank you for the email.
Collective sigh of relief from the bad back crowd.
Me too, right? I mean, many of us are in that mix. Let's do another dispatch here. This is Bland talking about the name change situation for Brad Pitt's daughter.
Hey, News Junkies.
Hey.
Name change stuff. First, I've been a family law paralegal for 12 years. Way too long, I know. But in divorce, the paperwork is already established for restoring former names, and getting a marriage license has ways to do hyphenating your last name or taking the other person's last name, or both of you making up a new last name to put on together, whatever. So that's family law related. What the Jolie Pitt thing is doing is not, and it's different paperwork, especially in California, which is where I do a lot of my paralegal work. It's separate, and you usually...
Hey, by the way, let me just stop Bland for a moment here. These last two pieces of feedback on the show, this is it, man. This is what I'm talking about. When you have some specialized knowledge on what we're talking about, and you can add to the conversation, clarify things, and help people. These are the kinds of emails and dispatches I'm really looking for, okay?
Use a different attorney. But the reason you post in the paper is kind of old school. It has to do with, say she wants to be called John Jacob instead. And this 4 weeks is so any other John Jacobs in the area can come forth and give a reason for why it's not okay.
That name is my name, too.
Hey, I'm John Jacob, and I have a bakery, and everybody knows me this way, and she's going to take advantage, or whatever. It's dumb excuse, but it's one of them. Anyways, that's why they do it. Okay, bye.
That is the dumbest joke you've told in a while, but it got me.
Don't be mad. Don't be mad.
Thank you so much, Bland. That is good information. This is what I had in mind originally with the dispatch. We can't know so long to get there. In the past 20 years, I've been looking for good dispatches. I've finally found one. Thank you, Bland. Appreciate that. All right. I appreciate
you were
that.
anything but.
Yeah. Let's see. I can't follow that up with one this bad.
Let's go to some TTS dispatches.
Here's Shane with a TTS dispatch.
We're back a plane to nowhere. Oh, damn. I'm falling out of the window. Someone save me.
He left out words in his script. He didn't even have all the right words, and maybe this one doesn't.
Damn it. I didn't realize you can't preview the TTS dispatches. Whatever you do, don't play mine.
Well,
Me and that flirty girl are going on a date. Ah!
all right, thank you, Shane. So you get both sides of it with dispatches. You get both. You get the helpful
You take
stuff.
the good, you take the bad.
You do, yeah. You get the good, you get the bad, and then you try to work them all in together. And some of them are just really bad.
You know what's been a fun watch today as I scrolled through social this morning?
What's that?
We talked briefly about that Jay-Z concert yesterday.
Uh-huh.
The one that was supposed to be Sunday night, but it turned out just being very early Monday morning.
Yeah.
And now
at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Now that all of the people who have attended it have slept it off, the videos are starting to hit social. Like, I didn't see many of them yesterday because all the people that went to the show got home at 4 a.m. and went to bed.
Yeah.
And our old friend D Royale was there.
Oh, was he?
Yeah, he had some good videos to post. I saw the one where Eminem came out. That one was giving me the chills a little bit.
I mean, he had a big show. The last one looked like the coolest one for Jay-Z, and it's prompted people to say that Jay-Z is being courted by the NFL to be the next Super Bowl halftime performer, which is hilarious because the board of people that is involved in picking the Super Bowl halftime performer is led by Jay-Z.
It'd be a real Jeopardy situation if Jay-Z picked himself.
This is like the cops investigating themselves, the Super Bowl performer version. But believe it or not, I actually think he would be good at that. And those shows seemed like they were probably a good time. Okay, I have to get a quick break in, and then we'll do the pick a side. This one is an explosive video, not in the way of that last story, but in a totally different way. And it is lighting up the internet right now. But I want you to choose who is in the right while you pick a side. The clip that's going to start that conversation is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio
The Monsters in the Morning.
One more time. I was wrong, Angel. We can auction off one more thing.
Thank you.
That's
gonna
okay.
be a promo.
The Monsters in the Morning.
Real Radio 104.1.
Traffic lights aren't working where Silver Star Road meets Pine Hills Road. Use that intersection as a four-way stop on the major roadways. You won't be running into any accidents slowing you down. There is construction, though, that might cause you some trouble. On the ramp from I-4 eastbound to World Drive, there's off-ramp backup due to construction from Florida's Turnpike to Orange Blossom Trail. Look out for crews on the roadways. And if you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477 from the Traffic Center. I'm Jim.
Hello. When we come back for the new Pick a Side, C-Lane has a new Pick a Side theme song to audition. You guys seem to reject the last one. He's got a new one. His confidence on the new Pick a Side theme song, it seems high. I see him. He seems to be pleased with himself. He seems to be pleased. Is that smile because you're pleased with the new Pick a Side theme song? I mean, it's John Jacob. So you had to go there, right? Jazzy Josh, thank you for the dispatch. We'll see if we can work that in. It's a TTS, so God only knows. I hope you picked the Italian mafia boss voice. The most accurate mob boss voice of all time. Vicent says, I want a new Pick a Side song every day now. You might not need to if he's really drilled it here. We'll see. Hey, Bootsy. How you doing? Bootsy, how's the sink? See, I keep up with what people are doing. I pay attention to stuff like this. I've been watching in TNJ chat. I've been watching as Bootsy has tried to fix her sink in her place. She's been posting peaks because she had to buy 5 sinks to be able to find the sink that fit her sink because she's got a weird sink problem. I'm a man of the people. I'm a man of the people. Carlos says, Skull Mike sounds so good. I'm glad it sounds better. I'm glad. Let's hit that like button if you guys are having at least a semi-decent time. A semi-charmed time. Let's hit that like button over on YouTube. If you're new here, subscribe if you don't mind. I'm in the ever-loving, endless grind of trying to build YouTube subs. And the brutal thing is, one of the ways that people do it like wildfire is by shorts and stuff. But shorts don't work well in the news vertical. News content doesn't work well in the news vertical. News content on YouTube doesn't do anything performance-wise. Some political content works if it's hyper-partisan. But mostly you could go to like CNN, BBC News, look at their YouTube channels. They have millions and millions and millions of subscribers. They crank out content, and some of the videos have like no views at all. That's why on the YouTube channel, the pick a side segments are what make the show clip highlights as of now. We'll probably have more variety soon, but for now, I've been putting the pick a sides on there. We got another one in just a minute. 1 minute. Yucker sends a video dispatch allegedly proving that Mitch is alive. We'll see. All of Bootsy's peaks contain her feet. Well, at least she's keeping her shirt on these days. You need to do something viral, like go take a dump at a Karen's porta potty? Buddy, I've been viral like 1,000,000 times. I've had a lot of videos go viral, even on my YouTube channel, for God's sake. The problem is, you got to be consistent, and you got to have content that people want to watch it like around the same time every day, and you have to slowly build up. If you pop off overnight, you'll get all these people, but then you'll do a live stream and nobody will watch. You'll post a short and nobody will watch it. You'll post a video and nobody watches it. So you have to like build that audience. There's no shortcut for it. There's not. Even if my numbers went up to 1 million right now, the actual people viewing, interacting, and watching the content wouldn't necessarily spike. But your subscription means everything. Subscribe for free on YouTube.
Weed killers are sold.
The semifinals are set for the 2026 FIFA World Cup.
That is a wondrous goal!
4 teams hoping to hoist the trophy for their country.
Spain heading to the semifinal.
And the only place to listen to every remaining game for free
is the iHeartRadio app.
What a moment in the tournament.
Fox Sports and iHeartRadio bring you all the action, no matter where you are.
The biggest games are yet to come. Don't miss a moment.
The referee blows the full-time whistle.
Download the free iHeartRadio app now.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Preset. Preset. That's preset. Enter it now at realradio.fm and answer your phone if you get the call. Good luck.
Radio. 104.1. Filling in the gaps between the New York Times and World Star. This is the
Viral Newsroom. Good to see you. Good to be with you on a Share the Show Tuesday. Learn more about the show or join us with a video or audio dispatch at thenewsjunkie.com. We've had a bunch of pick-a-sides as of late. I think they're fun. I think it's an interesting way to break things up during the show. I was talking to some people early this morning, and when I'm pitching the show or telling people what I feel about the News Junkie radio show, the podcast, the live stream, I say, we'll talk about anything that's happening. I always view it like street corner radio. That was my guiding, my North Star since the very beginning of doing this show, way back when, starting in West Palm on WJNO. This was 20 years ago, probably around then. Starting around that time, my guiding North Star for the show,
it's the North Star,
has been that I would say if I could go downtown on a street corner and start talking about any of the topics that I want to talk about. Would it build a crowd? Would it hold a crowd? Would people be interested? And sometimes the answer is, yeah, like some political stuff can do that. But mostly people want to talk about the thing that has them going that day. Like it could be the bison video, the old man getting flung up in the air by the bison. Viral is a huge part of it. Hence why viral is at the center of this show, the world's most viral newsroom and all of those things. Nobody else is really trying to take that territory anyways. It's solely ours over here. So, it's ripe for picking and plucking as far as I see. But since I've been doing this, I'm like, you got to talk about whatever the issues are, the things are that people care about in any given day, and then give them some stuff to break it up. If there's too much Mitch McConnell and, all these different political things going on, Lindsey Graham died. If there's too much of that in a row, people will start to get turned off. Pick a side is a great way to just kind of throw something out there. It's a viral clip, and we can all talk about who's right and who's wrong. The problem is the first Pick a Side theme song did not go over well. It went over, as famously was the reasoning for the name of the band, like a Led Zeppelin, right? It did not go over very, very well. People thought that it was terrible. Those were the words that I heard. Terrible. So
you heard them when you said them to yourself?
I did not say them to myself. I wrote them down. Oh, terrible song, not going to stick.
To be fair, this is the first one we.
This the original.
Your thoughts and takes won't be denied when we tell you to pick a side.
Hate that it's growing on me now, but C-Lane has a new Pick a Side theme song.
You said to make it like a little more metal.
I said, let's pick it up a little bit.
You want it like completely opposite. You want like a really like more hardcore, manly Pick a Side, more metal.
What do you got for me?
You ready?
We're going on a ride. Yeah, it's time to pick a side. Yeah. Don't try to run and hide. Yeah, it's time to pick a side.
I like how he really held that at the end, right?
Oh, you know what's crazy? They don't tell you why, so you just have to guess. And thank God I only wrote 4 lines. I typed that out and I was like, all right, give me a nice little metal thing. Let's make it pretty quick. Let's have it end abruptly. And then I go to click make this, create, and it said it rejected me because there was copyrighted material in it.
What copyrighted material?
Like, there's only 4 lines in it. What are you talking about? I wrote, we're going on a ride. It's time to pick a side. No need to run and hide. It's time to pick a side. The no need to run and hide, I guess, was enough.
Get out of here.
There was a line in a song that I've never even heard of.
All right. Well, people, what do you think of this? Tell us if you think this is a good Pick a Side theme song for us. One more time.
All right. And let's go back to the thing.
We're going on a ride. Yeah, it's time to pick a side. Yeah. Don't try to run and hide. Yeah, it's time to pick a side.
Yeah. All right, let's pick a side. This video is going mega viral right now. This is a guy at Jersey Mike's. Now, do you support, you got to pick a side here. Do you pick the side of the birthday girl or the Jersey Mike's employee? That is your decision today, friends, all right? The birthday girl or the Jersey Mike's employee? Let's watch the video in question that's getting some viral love.
That's what you said. Who are you talking to?
You recording now?
Yeah, who you talking to? Yeah, I bet she won't say nothing now.
My name is David.
Yeah, what you say? Get the out, right?
Mm-hmm. Please and thank you.
That's what you
Why?
said, right?
Why?
No, and don't try to be nice. You said get the out, right? You said get the out, right?
Hold on. They bleeped her F words very cleanly and not his quite as much. So, first of all, C-Lane, stay by the button, all right? Stay by the button. I know we have like one more opportunity. But he said back to her what she was saying. She goes, say it. Say get the F out. Say get the F out. Say get the F out. And he goes, get the F out. He said what his name was. He said, I work for Jersey Mike's. He's looking directly into the camera.
That's not a smart thing to do.
I think it is. All right? I think it is. Here's why, C-Lane. Here's why I'm already picking this guy's side. I have made the claim that we need to be more aware when people are filming us of what they're doing and what's happening. And we need to no longer talk to the person filming us and solely to the potential audience that person is trying to get to. So you explain to them what's going on that they're not going to know outside of the context of this video. You got to go right to it and go, hey, here's the deal. Here's what's happening right now. And you can even say, click like, I don't know. You can say subscribe for part 2, whatever you want to say.
You're telling people to subscribe to her.
Well, I don't want him to subscribe to her, actually. I wouldn't do that. But he's directly addressing the controversy in her camera, which I think is good. So she said, say it now that we're going live here or that I'm recording. And he said, get the F out. Now, this is all about it being her birthday. We're going to all buckle up and hope that there's not too many more curse words.
Yeah,
Please and thank you.
Jersey,
Please and thank you.
Yeah.
Bro, is pregnant before
I'm going to have to send this to you, I think. I'm going to have to send this to you. Is that okay?
Yeah.
My bad. That's my fault. That's my fault. Are people already taking sides here? That's fine. I want you to do that. What we're going to do here is I'm going to send Sealand the video so that he can properly censor it. I tried to use the AI video, but a video censorship thing that we have, but that wasn't successful, as you can tell. We've already had to hit the dump button twice. We don't have much more. Okay, I've got, is this the full thing? Okay, this is the full thing. I'm going to send this to you, Sealand. We're going to censor it during this break, and we'll do it without interruption at the beginning of the next segment. That gives you enough time, right?
Yeah, plenty.
I'm sorry to throw this at you. I didn't mean to. But I want people to be able to hear everything, and I forgot that he was cursing so much, and it didn't get all picked up. I'll share something else with you in the meantime before we get ready for that Pick a Side extended version, which we'll do next, and also jury duty in the next segment. I am now fully enthralled with this Senate campaign that's underway. I told you about this the other day. I told you I listened to the debate between this woman. She's like a sort of mainstream Democrat named Haley Stevens. And the guy is like a DSA, like Democratic Socialist. He's like a socialist dude. And they're very, very different. You know, one is like a mainstream Democrat. One is like very far left wing. Very, very different ideas for what they want to do for the state of Michigan. But this woman, Haley Stevens, there's something about her delivery. She seems nice, but she seems like very much like a Saturday Night Live character.
Okay.
Okay. I'll give you this. I'll give you this as a piece of audio for you before we get to the Pick a Side fully censored version. Here she is. This is Representative Haley Stevens. She's running for office in Michigan, and this is one of her rallies.
I am going to be working on our behalf. I am going to be telling the stories on our behalf. And you better believe I'm going to be doing it with a little bit of joy, a little bit of enthusiasm, a little bit of energy,
what is this?
And a little bit of stick it to them.
What is this accent she has?
I don't
Enthusiasm?
But doesn't she feel like a Chris Farley character or something?
A little bit.
I am going to be representing him. And I'm going to do it with a little bit of moxie, a little bit of enthusiasm, a little bit of excitement. This is this lady, Haley Stevens. I kind of like her. I don't know why. I kind of like her. I'll go back here.
I am going to be working on our behalf. I am going to be telling the stories on our behalf. And you better believe I'm going to be doing it with a little bit of joy, a little bit of enthusiasm, a little bit of energy, and a little bit of stick it to them. Because that's the Michigan way.
She's even like doubled over like Chris Farley. Yeah, stick it to him. A little bit of stick it to him. Oh, God. Oh, it's so great. There's something just so fantastic about this lady.
All Day Yucker says it sounds like the You're Not Happy Man lady.
You're not happy, man. Let me see. Let me do a side-by-side of these, if you don't mind. Here's the lady who was in a parking lot yelling at somebody else saying you're not happy.
You're not happy, man.
All right, you're not happy,
You're
man.
not happy, man.
And then we have this particular lady, Haley Stevens, who's on the campaign trail right now trying to win the Senate seat.
I am going to be working on our behalf. I am going to be telling the stories on our behalf.
We hear some similarities.
And you better believe I'm going to be doing it with a little bit of joy, a little bit of enthusiasm, a little bit of energy, and a little bit of stick it to them. Because that's the Michigan way.
I love the stick it to him part. And a little bit of stick it way. Mel Bell on YouTube says, is she a girls basketball coach on the side? Seems like it. Oh, God. So there she is. But this is how a real person is, right? This is not like some polished character who has been put through the political machine and then plopped out the other side that's like, here is what I actually... No, this lady is... I kind of like it a little bit. I want to know what you think. A little bit of stick it to him never hurt anybody, does it?
A little bit of energy and a little bit of stick it to them. Because that's the Michigan way.
Yeah, it is. Quick break.
It does
when we
look
come
like
back.
she's playing a character so hard.
Like, let's stick it to him. It's the Michigan way. When we come back, we'll do the properly censored. I'll stop playing with fire. The properly censored pick a side. We'll get back into that, and we'll do jury duty because that's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Hello, hello. Welcome behind the scenes of the show. What do you guys think about that lady? Little bit of stick it to him. A little bit of stick it to him. I like her. Mildest take ever. I like her. I think she's great. I'm tired of these polished, like weird ass people. Your Graham Plattner is going to be like, well, here's my actual take on this. But this lady's like, stick it to him. Because people who actually want to run for office to actually represent the people in their district actually sound like that. They're like nerdy little government people. That's what I want. I don't know about you. I want nerdy little government people. I don't want people who are sitting there trying to own the other side or get a clip out of some C-SPAN hearing where they're not even being legit. They're actually just being performative. 99% of Washington is performative. Not a little bit of stick it to them. I'll take the stick it to them. Hit them with a little razzle dazzle. She's built like a cartoon villain. True. She has a better Italian accent. Ban that user. Permaban. Is anybody using the Italian mobster TTS? Let me see.
Have said anything if the guy was an obvious Amazon driver. But if the guy maybe looked like a hobo, I would maybe say something.
Okay, that's the radio announcer voice for TTS dispatches. Let's try this. I think I made it better. You guys tell me, all right? Let's see. Somebody give me a script that we can give to the Italian mobster. Quickly, all right? Quickly. What's a script that would be good for the mobster voice? All right, quickly. You come to me on the day of my daughter's wedding. I'm going to put you down swimming with the fishes. Gabagool. It would be a shame if your business burned down. Keep it coming, keep it coming. Gabagool, Tony Soprano. Okay. Okay. Shit, I did it as a radio DJ. Bonehead. Unbelievable bonehead move. Well, that ain't going to work. Hang on. Let me... Okay. I copied it so we could do it again.
You come to me on the day of my daughter's wedding. I'm going to put you down swimming with the fishes. It would be a shame if your business burned down. Keep, go, Tony Soprano.
I don't know what happened there. But let me at least give myself a fair shot with the New York mobster voice. Okay, this will get it. It's going to sound just like Tony Soprano. 90 seconds. 90 seconds. Okay, here we go. This is going to be perfect.
You come to me on the day of my daughter's wedding. I'm going to put you down swimming with the fishes. It would be a shame if your business burned down. Keep, go, Tony Soprano.
That's... Chat, tell me that is not a pretty good Italian mobster accent. Why's in chat if that's a good improvement on the Italian mobster accent? Ends in chat if it's not. But I think we're just going to see a wall of whys. That was so good. That was so good. It's so much better. All right, here we go.
Ethos.com/term. That's ethos.com/term. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
A thriller in the extreme. iHeartRadio and Fox Sports are bringing you every remaining match of FIFA World Cup 2026.
All the way up to the final, July 19th. The games are live
and for free. Just download the iHeartRadio app now.
For victims of drunk and drug driving, our grief is unique. But you are not alone. You always have a place at MAD. Call our 24-hour victim helpline at 877-MAD-HELP or visit mad.org.
Save every day at Headquarter Hyundai. We've dropped prices on acres of new Hyundais. Visit headquarterhyundai.com.
Real Radio 104.1.
Send him your tips and your deepest, darkest secrets. Email tips at the...
This full speed ahead. Also, Sealand is feverishly working to get our pick a side ready. No rush, Sealand. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. We got a lot of time to work this in. An announcement at the top of the hour is on the way when we kick off the power hour. I tried to give you a pick a side, but I really gave too much credit to the AI censorship tool that we use for the show. And there's just like random F-bombs here and there. And so after two dumps, meaning of the censorship variety. Like we have, what do we have, 12 seconds or so, Sealand? What's 10? We have 10 seconds of like censorship dumps that we can use on the show. And each one of them we could do half or a whole. So usually you just dump 5 seconds when the curse word went by. And if there's another one, you're like, dump another one. But when we run out, then it becomes a major issue. So we can't risk the license on this fine radio station. So I said, let me just send it over to C-Line and have him do it. So we'll do that in a second. Do you need some more time, or should we? I can start jury duty real quick.
Start jury duty. I'm sending it to you now.
Okay, perfect. I'll do jury duty in the meantime. Here we go.
Court is now in session, so put your phone down and pay attention before we call the bailiff over to whip your ass. You're now on jury duty with the News Junkie.
Jury duty brought to you by the one, the only Mo DeWitt of the DeWitt Law Firm. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. 800-CALL-MO, 800-CALL-MO. Or go to justcallmo.com. After an accident, reach out to the attorney that is going to fight for you, that's going to be on your side, that's going to support you and get you on the path to that big check that you absolutely, positively deserve. That is Moses DeWitt, and justcallmo.com or 800-CALL-MO. That's the way to get there. So Thank you for that. Appreciate you. I'm going to have this file from Sealand ready in just a second. But in the meantime, I'll give you a jury duty story. And this is kind of crazy to me. A same-sex couple, a gay couple in Canada, is suing the surrogate mother of their son. Now, the reason for this is just unbelievable to me, but this is an ugly feud that has broken out that's caused a bit of a giant legal issue, really. Here's the story. A same-sex couple in Canada, a gay couple, is using a surrogate mother of their son for trying to have a child. 2 years later, after they were going to be doing this, they are suing her because she refused to abort the fetus. All right, this is crazy. In the lawsuit filed in Ontario, Canada, the parents allege the Ontario-based surrogate failed to keep them apprised about the baby's health, put the child at risk, caused emotional distress, and violated their confidentiality. I mean, that's a little weird because to me, surrogacy is great and can be a valuable thing to help families out. The people who do it could be really an amazing thing for you to gift to another person. But they weren't parents. You're not a parent until you have a kid. She was the one who was pregnant with a child, right? The woman was pregnant with a child because that's how that works. And she was going to give the child away to this couple to make it so they can live out their dream of having a baby, which they can't do without a woman. And that's all well and good. But there's the framing of this. It's like the parents, well, these are the people who wanted to be the surrogate parents, maybe. The statement of claim does not specifically mention the couple's request in June 2024 to terminate the pregnancy at 22 weeks. How many months is that? That's pretty far along right there, right? 20 6 almost 6 months, 5 months, 5.5 months. So she was 5.5 months along, the surrogate was, and then they said, nah, we want you to abort it. And she goes, no, I'm not going to abort the child. I don't want to do that. But that's what the couple wanted. That's when everything changed. They wanted her to get an abortion. The surrogate insisted more tests be conducted, and after specialists indicated that the baby was a healthy child with a relatively minor birth defect, the couple agreed to let the pregnancy continue. But tensions escalated once again after the woman insisted on having a home birth, as was agreed upon in their contract, and later filed a small claims lawsuit asking the parents to reimburse out-of-pocket expenses related to the pregnancy. Shortly after she filed the small claims suit, which has since gone to arbitration, the woman said she found out she was being sued. The Ontario woman told the National Post she first became interested in surrogacy after seeing two close friends struggle to conceive. I work in an awful place, said the surrogate. I see the worst humans in the world at the corrections officer job that she has. So she said she wanted to do something positive. And she said it started out positive, but then there was something that said that the fetus has or is likely to have a genetic, chromosomal, or other abnormality or defect. So they wanted her to get an abortion. And she was like, no, I don't want to do that. The surrogate was in the Dominican Republic at the time, officiating an international wrestling competition. I did not expect that to come along. She was left devastated and a mess after receiving the letter. She ultimately decided she would have agreed to have an abortion if the baby had no chance of survival after birth, but was not comfortable terminating the pregnancy over what she considered largely a cosmetic defect. The parents then came to Toronto, and they had a doctor said the baby will have no problem beyond a cleft lip. That was it. That was the reason why they wanted to eject this baby, over like a cleft palate, cleft lip. They said, other than that, that won't be an issue. And also, as far as I know, I'm certainly no expert on this topic, but I believe the surgeries for cleft palates have become amazing in their success rates.
Yeah, it's something that's easily fixable, I think.
Yeah, that is not something that I think somebody should ever be really considering terminating a pregnancy over.
Seems kind of crazy that the couple was like, whoa, 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 whoa.
Yeah, we only want a normal one.
Let's flush this one and try again.
Yeah, we'll take a normal one, but she said the baby had some breathing problems upon delivery, but soon recovered when they administered oxygen. Then she said she asked the couple to reimburse her for $10,000 in outstanding expenses, including lost income from work during the pregnancy and contributions to her pension plan that she missed. She didn't hear anything back from them, and so they started to go at it. The lawsuit does not claim a specific amount of damages, but the surrogate says the plaintiffs have indicated they're seeking about $600,000. She says, I'm a single mom. I have a daughter, and you're basically suing me for my house. It seems very S-word. It's just awful. I feel used. So they're suing her after all this. She goes, you didn't even want this baby. You guys tried to get me to get rid of the cleft palate baby. Back and forth they go. A bioethics professor at the University of Calgary said the case underscores that surrogates are vulnerable under Canadian law, noting that it appears the parents in this case, are punishing the woman for allegedly contravening their agreement. Moreover, they earlier sought to end the fetus's life for a medical condition that can be completely overcome by surgery and therapy. I would think about that. If the surrogate can tell you to do that kind of stuff, like the cleft palate baby needs to be eliminated, that's crazy that the surrogate would have any say over that to begin with.
I was wondering when you brought this up, if they do have any parts of the agreement for surrogacy that cover abortion. And I guess she did say she would agree to have one if the child was unlikely to survive after birth.
Mm-hmm.
But because this was what she felt to be a largely cosmetic birth defect, even though they said there was a minor heart condition involved. It was minor heart condition. That's why she refused.
So there was some genetic abnormalities, but not enough to make it so this child couldn't live like a nice, rewarding life.
Yes.
Right? Like sometimes if you find out that this child is going to be so disabled that it's not going to be able to have a fulfilling life and maybe needs the assistance of humans or machines for the rest of their life, you have a different conversation about that. You have a different conversation based on your morals. But in this case, it was like the baby could be fine. And so they got into it back and forth. Very interesting. They're suing her. They're suing the surrogate mom for $600,000 in this case. We'll see what you think. This says, the unusual sequence of events highlights the vulnerable position of Canadian surrogates who are in high demand but legally barred from charging commercial fees, unlike their counterparts in the U.S. They can only be reimbursed for received expenses. Most get pregnant simply to help others, but sometimes fail to get their costs paid or are literally left holding the baby when the parents walk away. About 100 families are looking for a surrogate for every one willing woman ready to provide the service. So there you go. Tell us what you think. Send a dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com. I have the now censored clip for our pick aside. So here's the agenda. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, an announcement for you. All right, an announcement about the show. And we'll work that in, and then we'll work in the actually censored pick aside that C-Lane has now prepared for us. That is going to be coming up next on the News Junkie.
Download the all-new iHeartRadio app. Make Real Radio 104.1 number one on your presets, and you could win free stuff at upcoming events.
Hello. What are our thoughts on that? That's crazy. I guess not every surrogate interaction is going to go really well. Rachel says surrogacy is a godsend. They're able to make families so happy. Unless they're not, right? I mean, this case doesn't seem like they were so happy with everything. Kurt says, sounds like they're not quite so desperate for a child as it initially sounded. True. Like, we want a kid, but we don't want one like that. We don't want one like that. A baby needs an iron lung? True. All right, folks. When we come back, an announcement for you. Stand by. Okay. Stand by. Okay, cool. All set for an announcement here at the top of the hour. That's an ugly surrogacy feud, though. Oh, shoot. I forgot. Hang on. I got to work in this, too. God, the good news just rolls on. The good news rolls on a day like today. Big thanks to Sun State John with a 17, count them, 17 gifted subscriptions over at thenewsjunkie.com. That is huge support. Thank you so much, Sun State John. Folks, go claim one for yourself or spread the word by gifting some subscriptions of your own, just like Sun State John. There's about 10 of those left. And when we mention them on air, those will all get gobbled up. All right, here we go. Thank you so much, Sun State John. You could be next. All it takes is just one gifted sub. That's it. Easy peasy. Do it. Ooh, ICE suspends car stops after the recent killing stories. Ooh. ICE was on a tear of not having that many bad headlines until these two stories about people that ICE officers said were turning their vehicles into weapons, and that's why they opened fire and killed both of them. Now ICE is saying they're going to suspend car stops. Interesting. When Sun State John gets to 1,000 gifted, will you name a section of the studio after him? Possibly. Like maybe over here, the Sun State John couch? What do we think? Like the Sun State John lounger couch? We could probably do that. It is undoubtedly the best way to support the show. The tiniest way is to hit like on YouTube or to just spread the word by telling somebody about the show. Send a link to the podcast or whatever. And then the best way is to subscribe and unlock secret shows with your premium subscription on thenewsjunkie.com or gift subscriptions like that. So thanks, Sun State John. Announcement in 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Sounds official? Sure. Get a bobblehead of him? Well, I already got one of Frankie McDonald. Our friend Frankie McDonald over here. Although it doesn't bobble as much as one would like it to. You know what I mean? It's like, not so bobbly for a bobblehead. We get a Sun State John one. The bathroom will now be called Sun State's John. Why is Frankie McDonald dressed like Han Solo in that bobblehead? I don't know. Sun State John, how many was that? Oh, shoot. Hang on. I've got to add it to my sheet so I make sure I say it on air. I already had it down here, but I want to make sure I get the number right. 17. That's huge. That's crazy. 17 gifted subscriptions. Okay, we're coming back in just a minute. Thank God C-Lane censored this video. It's a good pick aside. It is. I'll reiterate. Okay, 1 minute. We're coming back right now. Here we go.
The incredibly knowledgeable folks at Premier Men's Medical Center, and find them online at premiermensmedical.com.
For all your plumbing needs, go to modernpi.com.
iHeartRadio FIFA World Cup Update.
It's world number 1 France against world number 3 Spain in today's World Cup semifinal. Spanish star Lamine Yamal looking for his first goal since the group stage.
There it is! There he is! Lamine Yamal, first career World Cup goal!
Paul celebrated his 19th birthday yesterday. Coming up tomorrow, the other semifinal with England facing Argentina.
Download the iHeartRadio app for live Fox coverage of every game.
Broadcasting live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Need help after an accident? Just call Mo. Learn more at JustCallMo.com or call 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeartRadio station guaranteed human.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. FUN. F-U-N. That's fun. Enter it now at realradio.fm and answer your phone if you get the call. Good luck.
When good things go bad, bad things make headlines. This is the news.
So good to see you. We got an announcement in just a moment here. An announcement in just a bit as we fire off the Power Hour here on the show. Before we fire off the Power Hour, C-Lane has taken our next Pick a Side video and censored it. And we're sure this is not going to result in us losing our jobs now, right?
Pretty sure.
Okay, that's good. Andy also emails tips@thenewsjunkie.com. Andy says, hey, guys, love the show and really liking the Pick a Side segments. I have a question about watching on YouTube. Has anybody else reported how the ads interrupt the show? I understand the need for ads, but your show is the only one I have this issue with. It's YouTube's like default stream thing. Multiple times a day during the show, the screen will split and an ad will come up on the right-hand side. Just wanted to report. I watched some other live shows on YouTube that don't have this problem, says Andy. Well, Andy, here's the deal. If you are a subscriber over on the website, you can have the ad-free stream if you're logged in on thenewsjunkie.com. Hello to everybody watching that way. Hello. No ads. Amazing. Unbelievable. And the best way to do that is to be a Secret Show subscriber or to give some, like Sun State John just did with 17. Oh, wow. Count them. Huge.
My gosh.
Huge. 17 gifted subscriptions. Thank God for Sun State John. Yours could be next. Hopefully you support the show and just fire off one of those. Everyone counts. It's a huge, huge thing. Each one of them helps us to become more and more independent from the big radio corporations. So that is a good thing. We appreciate it, Sun State John, and we appreciate everybody else for hanging out with us. Right now, let's do the Power Hour.
They said it couldn't be done. Then they said,
yeah, you want to date my mom, Randy? Here's what's going to happen. That's 2 now to the crotch.
It's time for the Power Hour on the News Junkie.
Forgot that. I was like, is this whole?
No, it's today.
Oh, yeah, there we go. The Randy clip. It's the Randy clip. Here we go. Okay, quick announcements for you before we do the pick a side here that C-Lane has finally properly censored in our Power Hour. I was talking a little bit today, strangely enough, about the history of this show. You know, the News Junkie as that product under that name started under a program director called Brian Mudd on WJNO, and been featured back on that station, I think, at some point in time. But great people over there gave me a shot. They said, what can you do? And I said, I'll tell you what, I'll give you a demo. And I gave them a demo of what the first show would be. And I got into a fight with the mayor in one segment and was in a screaming match with her. I had interviewed one of Osama bin Laden's kids, I believe, in another segment. And we were talking about being Osama bin Laden's child. And the other segment, I have no idea what it was. That was back when you would burn it on a CD. So I burned the demo on the CD for the program director,
You're just
Brian
going
Mudd.
through your speed dial for Osama bin Laden's kids?
I don't know how this happened. I have no idea. It's true. True story, though. And Brian Mudd goes, I got your demo. I want you to come in and talk about this. And he goes, this is you? Like, you did this? And he's like, this is crazy. Let's just start. Let's just start you this weekend. Let's just do the show. Just air this weekend. Okay, fine. And that's where the show started on WJNO. And obviously I chased my tail around, and I have been working in radio for a very, very long time. But now the goal is clear and focused, and has never been so clear, and focusing on viral news and trying to aspire to do great talk radio every single day on the show and bringing that in front of as many people as possible. Why? Because I think you people will be super supportive. We have sponsors on the show, and they're great. But I don't want to chase my tail around all day long trying to go after sponsors and keeping them happy. I want to be beholden to the audience. That's why we go to you for subscriptions at thenewsjunkie.com. It's the direct way you can support us. That's where your money goes. It goes to us, to help for all the expensive things around here for the show. So my idea is let's get this show in front of as many people as possible. I think people who love radio will love the show. And that's turned out to be successful for us. And, about 10 years ago, they lit up the show in my old market of West Palm Beach, put us on the great stations, Real Radio WZZR and Real Radio 1017 WCZR. We've had a long, great relationship with them. And we pretty much just took over Florida rapid fast. Our overall net in Florida is basically everywhere. And then we started getting traction in New York, in the state of New York. And we were on a couple of stations, I think, in Rochester. We've been on different stations in Rochester over the years. Now I think we're on WHAM, which is an awesome, amazing station there.
Yes. Wham.
And the program directors and the folks in charge in Rochester are some of the biggest supporters of the show and have helped us out to spread this show more than almost anybody else. I previously had a boss who was trying her damnedest not to let me spread the show, which was my vision for doing all this, and stopping me at every single measure where I would make some progress. I would get a program director who I built a relationship with and said, hey, I would love the show to be on here too. And then they would shut it down and not even inform me that happened, which is just unbelievably irritating and offensive in so many ways. But I won't go on about that too long. So we spread all over Florida in New York and had these program directors on board who had the same vision of getting the show in front of more people. And we've been on most of the types of stations that will have a show like the News Junkie. We've been on most of the types of stations, whether it be the Freak in Dallas, Texas, or
rest in peace.
There's only so many stations. There's only one other station really like this that we haven't been on, and that's The Bone in Tampa. Shouts out to you, friends over there. They should have us on, but it's a different company, right? It's not iHeartRadio. That's Cox Broadcasting. So the plan is to try to get in front of other formats, and you got to have really brave program directors to say, let's take this show and let's put it on a news talk format. Let's do that. Let's see if it works. Let's do that, because iHeartRadio has hundreds and hundreds of those radio stations. And so I said, if I'm going to sign this deal, I want us to be able to be autonomous from the company. I want us to be able to be beholden to the audience and try to build something brand new in broadcasting here, different than what everybody else is doing. But I want to know that iHeart really buys into the plan as well. And they said we do, and we've got some people here. I got off the phone with Bob and Jeremy this morning, and they're amazing. They're people who love radio, who love broadcasting, and they're part of the next steps for the News Junkie, which is starting to spread the show. So it's time to tackle a new state, folks. What do you say? We got Florida and New York on the lockdown pretty much. I'd like to welcome in our brand new friends in Louisiana.
Yeah!
That's right. What better place, everybody? Louisiana. Welcome on board. Our friends over at WJBO, that's News Radio 1150 and 98.7 FM in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. We are welcoming you into the News Junkie family. So good to have you on board with us. The Bayou Junkie, you bet your ass. We are moving into Louisiana with a great pair of stations in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, News Radio 1150 and 98.7 FM. We're so happy to be on with them and starting to spread this show even more. And then, if that wasn't enough, the Cajun Takeover continues with News Talk 99.5 WRNO in New Orleans, Louisiana. All right. You know what that means, folks? That means for every one of you.
Don't be promising to take us to New Orleans anytime soon, because I'm still waiting on those Sunfest tickets.
I'm telling you, they'll take us there.
I'm taking myself there.
Bob and Jeremy believe in the show, and they are the first of many announcements like this. Louisiana coming on board with stations in Baton Rouge and New Orleans, Louisiana, the two big markets in the state, who are picking up the show. That means that when you send in a dispatch, when you gift stuff, when you do all of these different things, now it's getting to an even larger audience of people. Now the folks in Louisiana are on board. The Florida takeover, it took a while, but we did it. We did it, and we did it with bells on. And then New York just started to welcome us in with TS and the amazing people up there from iHeart who supported the show when not a lot of other people did. The people who have supported us, and by the way, West Palm, that market has stood by us so incredibly bravely over the course of this show and really went out on a limb to keep us there and made sure that they told us, we love the show. We love what you're doing. So now we're moving over to Louisiana with Baton Rouge and WRNO News Talk 99.5 in Louisiana jumping on the show bandwagon. I think that's awesome. There's a lot more of this to come. And could we be live on Bourbon Street? Yes.
Don't. I'm not holding my breath, man.
Come on. C-Lane's literally going there in a couple of months. So you'll be the first person on the ground in New Orleans.
I'm going to make my Uber drivers put it on.
I cannot wait until that spreads, number one. But absolutely, positively, I'm so excited about I know I've said this about Sunfest for a millennia. I know, and when West Palm Beach, and going to New York too. But I want to do a show from the French Quarter. Oh God, we got to do a show.
I have been to all these places independently. None of them with you. None of them.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to the Keys. Strangely enough. While I'm there, maybe there'll be some other discussions going on about the show in the Keys. I know there's a lot of talk right now. And the one market really outside of Tampa that we haven't worked our way into in Florida is Miami. And there are very high-level Miami conversations going on right now. And that it could open the door to the Keys. So C-Lane and I got to get out there a little bit, right? We got to press the flesh, start talking to some people and picking up some accents, I guess, to see where we can go with this. But that's super exciting. I'm thrilled about it. The show continues to spread, and the pace of that is going to get a lot more rapid, folks. So there you go. Suggestion, you should add a tab on thenewsjunkie.com with all your stations. That's already in the works. I'm waiting for some more stuff to line up here, which will make sense to you probably in the next couple of months. But, I mean, it's pretty cool because I have a connection with New Orleans. I've been there a million times. I love New Orleans. Love it, love it, love it, love it. Almost got a house there at one point in time. Right before the pandemic, Courtney and I were like, we're going to get a place. The problem
like an
is...
extra place?
Yeah, we're going to get second place.
No, look at you go.
In New Orleans. We were going to, and not now. I mean, maybe. I don't know. The problem is the market there is crazy, and they got those shotgun houses. You know what a shotgun house is?
Absolutely.
It's like the house has you could see through from the front to the back, basically. It's like one hallway right down the middle. It's how a lot of houses in New Orleans were built. And even like a small one is expensive. Although I'm learning the same is true for Key West. Because I just watched a video, and these people live in a shotgun house in Key West. I think they rent it. They live in a shotgun house in Key West. And I said, this is a cool neighborhood where they are. And the house that they live in Key West, $4,800 a month.
My gosh.
It was 1,200 square feet, C-Lane. $4,800 a month.
Was this something you were looking at to like rent for Airbnb or?
We were just trying to learn about the keys before we go down there, so I don't sound like too much of a dummy. That's the goal. You go there a bunch, you get to know the people, you make sure you don't screw some stuff up. And we were talking to him. He goes, if you ever need to know how to say any of the parishes or the cities, he goes, you email me. And I said, oh, that's good. I said, that's good. I said, you know why that's good? I said, C-Lane and I run into this all the time. We'll have somebody try to pronounce a road near where the show is based in Orlando. And the traffic people who aren't necessarily from here will mention one of the roads and butcher the name. And people will go nuts. So I had this happen to me in different markets too. This is a big, people get mad when you sound like a carpetbagger and you don't know the places. So he said, reach out to me and contact me. I go, that's good. Because I think C-Lane told me one time, the Tampa people who are doing the traffic, they had looked for a YouTube version of how to pronounce one of the things.
I think somebody gave them a YouTube version. Or something like that. Like the
YouTube version was wrong.
The YouTube version was wrong because the people that put out content on YouTube that are all like, how do you pronounce this? How do you say that? They're trying to flood their channels with so much content that it's just inevitable that they get some sort of pop from it. And sometimes they're wrong.
But we don't want to do that. I'd rather say nothing and then get in there and say things you don't know. You start pronouncing things wrong. That's immediate carpetbaggers. And then they'll tell us, get out of here. Get on out of here. We don't want you here. So we hope they welcome us in. And what we're going to do now is take a quick break. Then we'll finally do that pick aside that C-Lane censored. It's sitting in front of me. It's ready to go as the power hour rolls on. We'll do the Jersey Mike's pick aside. And then we'll push into the end of the show today. Thank you so much for all your support. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Robots don't get sarcasm. We bathe in it. Real Radio 104.1. Guaranteed human.
There's a crash on the ramp from Florida's Turnpike northbound at 420.
Is it Shopatulis, Gipper? Shopatulis? MPW, that's not right. No, it's the Google pronunciations are wrong sometimes. Is Chapatulis right? Calliope. It's not Calliope, Calliope.
676-8477 from the traffic center of James, Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Mothers Against Drunk Driving.
For victims of drunk and drug driving, our grief is unique. But you are not alone. You always have a place at MAD. Call our 24-hour victim helpline at 877-MAD-HELP or visit mad.org.
Focus beyond just you and the things that you think you can do, and focus on the things that you can lean on other people for. Sometimes that's the best idea as a homeowner. And if you want somebody who can help you out with your air conditioning, Mills Air is the company. You don't have to focus too hard. Just listen to me. They're a family-owned and operated, locally owned and operated company, and they're going to help you out when your AC goes south. Don't start YouTubing stuff and end up zapping yourself or causing some real damage to what you have going on. You need your fingers and toes, and your family needs you alive. But the experts at Mills Air, they have done it many, many times. They will absolutely be able to get you up and running, and they'll be fair about it. The price is the fair price. Imagine that. So what I want you to do is reach out to Mills Air. If you put your hand in front of the AC vent and you can tell something ain't right and you need a little more help, 407-277-1159. That's 407-277-1159. Or find them online at millsair.com.
Our iHeartRadio Music Festival,
presented by Capital One,
is coming back to Las Vegas.
September 18th and 19th at T-Mobile Arena. Streaming live on Disney Plus and Hulu. A weekend full of superstar performances.
Tickets are on sale.
Hello, 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 hello. How are ya? Super excited after talking with Bob and Jeremy. They're very excited, too, about the News Junkie in New Orleans and Baton Rouge. Baton Rouge and New Orleans. Natchitoches? Is that right? Natchitoches? I know Calliope is one, right? And then people will go, What the hell, you idiot? It's Calliope, retard. And it's not. It's Callio. I think. I'll tread lightly. The pick a side is next, I promise. But this does mean that all of the contributions that you guys submit to the show now get in front of more people in more places. You record a silly dispatch, it makes somebody laugh, and it doesn't make them laugh solely at WTKS. That's great. That's awesome, in fact. It's a legendary station. We're so freaking proud to be a part of it every day that we are. But it goes even beyond that legendary station, that 100,000 watt Central Florida flamethrower signal goes all over the state of Florida, all over the state of New York, and now Louisiana is in our sights. Not to mention YouTube and Twitch with our amazing loyal audiences over there. So thank you, folks. New Orleans style magnet coming? Yes. J Pizzle Pow, thanks for 7 months, friend. New Orleans style magnet right after the one that's coming in next week, which is the Spider Curse magnet. Spider Curse magnet is next. There are only 100 Spider Curse magnets. They will be available next week. I'll tell you how. Kissimmee? No, you don't say it that way, right? Kissimmee. I think I'm more excited to hear Cajun Dispatch voices. True. 100%. Couple of minutes and we're back with the pick-a-side. Update on the bison guy. Remember the guy that got flung up in the air? The bison attack? The Yellowstone bison attack person had 4 words to say. The first 4 words as he came to after getting flung up in the air by that bison. He had 4 words to say. Any guesses on what the bison attack guy said? The first 4 words? Any guesses? Spider Curse magnets are numbered? Yeah, all of them are. Yeah, of course. 4 words that the bison guy, the guy who got attacked by the bison, said in Yellowstone. 3 minutes. Get that truck's plate? Nope. I got tweeted, bro? Nope. What the F happened? Nope. Where's my pipe? Nope. Put it in reverse? Nope. Subscribe to News Junkie? God, if only. If only. Bison Attack Man comes to it. He's like, please subscribe. Is the bison okay? Wiggle, wiggle, pop, pop? No. My ass really hurts? No. He had 4 words to say when his eyes opened. Not how high did I get? Not what did I do? Good guesses, though. The bison attack person, according to an eyewitness, as soon as his eyes opened, he said, how is my grandson? He was worried about his grandson. He said, how is my grandson? He seems like such a sweet guy. And honestly, for one of the first times, it doesn't seem like he was purposely trying to get too close to the bison. He was Scooby-Dooing it. He was like going around the bushes, going like this, over here. One of my favorite tweets, C-Lane, was Chad Ochocinco criticized the bison guy, the guy who got flung up by the bison, because he said his like moves were all wrong. Yeah, he was like, "Oh my God, you can't juke that way. You have to." Criticism was all based on the guy's running ability. The bison said he feared for his safety. True. I'm glad he lived. It would have been a lot harder to laugh if he died. Harder, but still possible. You know what I mean? So now let's collect ourselves. We're coming back live on the show. And here's what I want to focus on. C-Lane went through the effort of censoring this pick a side. Let's pick a side. The birthday girl or the Jersey Mike's employee? It's time to go in.
Thing about this country is freedom. If we're not careful, we could lose that.
On Medal of Honor, Stories of Courage, we bring you the defining moments of valor that went above and beyond the call of duty. Listen to Medal of Honor on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Follow Medal of Honor and start listening on the free iHeartRadio app today.
If you want your windows there in weeks, pick up the phone and just text Reese.
Win $25,000 in new impact windows from Reese Windows. Pick up your phone and text the word TRUST right now to 20129. That's TRUST to 20129.
Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today and start packing.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. FUN. F-U-N. That's fun. Enter it now at realradio.fm and answer your phone if you get the call. Good luck.
Radio.
Filling you in on the shocking details. Just try not to pass out. This is the news.
Room. So good to have you with us here. God bless you. Learn more about the show over at thenewsjunkie.com.
Look at you go, knowing Noah Kahan now.
You bet your ass. I know him. And I will not poop my pants at his concerts. I will not do
Very
that.
nice of you.
I figure it's the least I could do. It's time for Pick a Side here with a brand new theme song. This one went over better than the last one. Just to refresh your memory, now that C-Lane has the video censored and our jobs are secure, let's do another Pick a Side.
We're going on a ride. Yeah, it's time to pick a side. Yeah, don't try to run and hide. Yeah, it's time to pick a side.
That's right. Back to Jersey Mike's. That's where we go. Jersey Mike's, a little pricey, by the way. I don't know if that's one of the reasons why this thing popped off and people were angry.
It is a sub above. So
I know.
You're going to need to compensate for that.
And just recently, C-Lane was, I think, pushed Chick-fil-A out of the top spot for the best reviewed or the most loved by their fans restaurant. Like Jersey Mike's has supporters and fans. Jersey Mike's is a little expensive, though. We tried to get some wraps the other night, and I think they were about $18 for a wrap, which was a little.
You were door dashing this, though, right?
Yeah. No, that was through the Jersey Mike's app. Courtney was trying to get. We just ended up making them ourselves. But let's go into a Jersey Mike's, and your pick a side is choosing between the Jersey Mike's employee and the birthday girl. Those are the two people battling here. Let's dive in finally for a censored version.
That's what you said. Who are you talking to?
You recording that?
Yeah, who you talking to? Yeah, I bet she won't say nothing now.
My name is David.
Yeah, what you say? Get the out, right?
Mm-hmm. Please and
yeah,
thank you.
That's what you
Please
said,
and
right?
thank you.
No, don't try to be nice. You said get the out, right? You said get the out, right? Say it now. Say get the out. Okay, yeah.
Please and thank you.
I like the please and thank you. He's talking directly to the camera. He's taking my advice. I think this is good. He's talking directly to the camera. He knows this woman is going to try to videotape this and make him look dumb or get him fired. He's like, here's my name. I'm this employee. Though he might get in trouble for saying the curse word, I hope he does.
Please and thank you.
Yeah.
Broke ass is couldn't afford $10.
Because it's my birthday and I asked for a birthday.
It's your birthday.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
Oh, goof ass.
Watch you lose your job.
Look, your man standing at the door. Come on.
Right, not saying anything to you. And watch you lose your job, David. Broke asses on my birthday. This is how I get treated on my birthday at Jersey Mike.
Your birthday.
Okay, thank you.
All right, that's a little brutal to say after your birthday. What I'm gathering from this is she tried to go in and get a discount for her birthday that they couldn't really give her. And then she got mad. She was like, it's my birthday. Can't I get a discount from Jersey Mike's? And then when she was pushing and pushing for this and he was saying no, she then pulls out the camera after he's like, get the F out of here because he's had enough of this woman.
Yes, thank you. Keep going. And you're going to have a whole lawsuit. You got the right one to play with.
Yeah. What a lawsuit for what, lady? He might not be looking that great with the cursing behind the counter at Jersey Mike's, and somebody might clutch some pearls and fire him over that. But what are you going to sue him for? Not giving you a birthday sub?
Yeah.
Is this the level of entitlement that is spreading around right now? Is this the level of entitlement? Like, not only is the customer always right, birthday girl double right? I want a free ass sub, and I want it on my birthday. And don't you dare be angry about this.
It looks like I'm assuming that she just went into the Jersey Mike store and asked for her birthday sub without even doing any due diligence.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like they do have some sort of deal.
What's the deal they have?
You go to your My Mike's account.
Yeah.
Where you can start earning
Jersey Mike's, shout out, buy an ad, please.
You can start earning shore points, as in the Jersey Shore. That's what they call them.
I get it. I got it.
So you earn subs with shore points. They got you can use the app. That's probably the app you were using when you were trying to do it. And it says, birthday rewards. Celebrate with a sub. Join our email club and enjoy a free birthday sub with the purchase of a regular sub in the past year.
All right.
Sounds like if you purchase a sub in the past year, you can get the birthday sub and or free sub with a regular sub. Her man was with her. It's not his birthday, as far as I know.
Maybe she couldn't prove it was her birthday. There's more in this. Let's get the end of it and see if it changes our mind, and we'll see whose side we pick.
You don't need no money. Yeah. Mm-hmm. A whole lawsuit. Thank you.
Enjoy your sandwich.
Uh-huh.
What should I get again?
You should know what we ordered.
I don't remember faces. My bad.
You don't remember faces?
What kind of sandwich you get?
You don't. Where's your manager?
Right here.
She came back
Where's
in.
your manager?
Right here. Dumbass down.
Okay, so you're the manager. So yeah, corporate will be called. Okay,
I
that's
already
fine.
called him, so you want to get on the phone with him?
Yeah, you can give me the number. Give us that receipt, please.
Just listen to your man, bro.
Give us our receipt, please.
You know who she sounds like?
Who?
Sherry Shepherd.
She does a little bit. Yeah, I can hear
But
that.
not like just like regular Sherry Shepherd. I'm talking like Sherry Shepherd when she played Tracy Jordan's wife in 30 Rock.
Yeah. Yeah, I could hear that. She thinks she's I just
Right?
hear
That
in
was
her
Sherry
voice, too.
Shepherd, right? I think.
Yeah, I think so. Unless you're going to have to apologize and correct yourself. So maybe you're down that path. But when I hear this, I hear a woman who's so confident that she's in the right. And it sounds like for whatever reason, he didn't want to give her the deal. I'm guessing that there was much more to this that fired him off. That's always the case, but there's still a couple more seconds.
You very lucky. Let me just tell you that. Very lucky.
Very lucky.
Very lucky.
I know.
Very.
I know.
Very.
Very.
You're not going to do anything. Yeah, before you really what? Before you really what? Okay, thank you.
Okay, I don't know what started this or what came before this. We never see her, do we? Oh, is that her? That's her man. Okay, we see her man at the end.
Or what happens like in between the cuts of this video. Like,
yeah.
I don't understand what the big deal is at the moment right now.
Yeah, she is so upset at this guy for not giving her some sort of deal on her birthday. But I don't imagine that this guy's in the business of just being mean to people on their birthdays and not giving them the deal that he's supposed to give them. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. And I'm going to think that this lady, like a lot of other crazy bitches that go into these places and freak out and have a meltdown, probably freaked out and have a meltdown and was rude as hell to this person. And she's saying over and over and over again. Then she gets him to go back to the cash register and he's going to pretend like he doesn't know her and just do the order. And she's still like bullying. But there's a level of customer bullying that happens in these cases. I can smell it from a mile away. I feel like this is what happened in this case. I feel like this was a customer bullying the person. It was like, if I complain enough, I'm used to getting my way. I'm used to going into Applebee's or Chili's, and at the end, I just say the food sucked, and they don't want to deal with me as a pain in the ass, so they give me the thing comped. You know, this is sort of what's going on. It's the annoying customer. So I'm sorry. I'm always going to side with the employee. I'm sorry. I picked the employee, even though I wish he wouldn't have cursed. I wish he wouldn't have stooped to the level of cursing at her because he's going to have some problems with that, even if he is the manager. I choose the employee. How about you, Sealand?
I kind of side with the employee here. You don't just get to go in and get the free birthday stuff if it's not their thing. Also, somebody on the texting service said she doesn't need to be mad at the guy. She needs to be mad at her man for taking her to Jersey Mike's for her birthday, hoping for a discount.
That is true. Yeah. So you let us know. You pick a side, folks. That's what this is about. And do you choose the Jersey Mike's guy or the birthday girl? On the way out, we'll get to your emails and your dispatches, and then we'll wrap everything up with the final dispatches, stories that didn't make the cut. And today I learned to wrap everything up for did I say wrap up too many times? To close everything down for a Share the Show Tuesday. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Let's wrap it up.
Real radio is the Jim Colbert Show.
I still have my wisdom teeth. They're coming in and jamming the rest of my teeth. My teeth are getting worse.
Well, get them yanked out, man.
I got to.
Because I had one taken out, and my man had a homemade tool in my mouth. That sounded terrible. Dump that. Somebody dump that. Wait.
The Jim Colbert Show, weekdays at 3 on Real Radio.
All right, folks. All right. It's been a good time. I appreciate you. Thank you for being a friend.
This report is sponsored by rockauto.com.
It's now time to rate the show. That's right. Rate the show out of 10. 10 out of 10 is you know it. I don't even have to tell you, but I'm going to do it anyhow. 10 out of 10 is a winner. Into the Hall of Fame, no notes needed. 1 out of 10 into the Hall of Shame over there. It's sad. Sad and it's bad and it's embarrassing, honestly. Hopefully we did better than that. Rate the show. Get your groom on. 10. 10 out of 10 teapots. 9 out of 10 crawfish boils. 8 out of 10 private porta potties. 9 bison flung grandpas out of 10. 10 umpires getting hit in the nuts out of 10. C-Lane, Muse Uprising. Can we see if there's any curse words in that? $9,001 out of 10. Holy cow. Big numbers. Putting up big numbers. Thank you. Two. Okay. That'll have to do it for us today. God bless you, everybody. 7 out of 10 lady dog tricks. Good show, though. Thank you, says Sean. Well, thank you, Sean. Thank you. I had fun. I had a good time. I hope you had a good time, too. YouTube, hit that subscribe button. Hey, are you kidding me? Right at the end, after all we've accomplished today. Hang on, stand by. Okay, we're coming back on board. We're coming back on board. There she is. There she is. Oh. You locked in? No? Okay, I got to get Today I Learned. I'll be right back. Waffle House is busy. Busy day for the Waffle. Okay. Hello? All right, folks. It's been a blast. Tomorrow, big fat show waiting for you. For now, it's time to wrap it up. I love you all. Good night. I'll fix the camera for tomorrow's stream. You know I will. Okay. See you later. Stay gold.
When you're choosing a diamond, don't settle for the one that looks good because it's the only one you can see. Come see us at IDC, International Diamond Center, where your forever starts with the perfect choice. Altamont Springs, Waterford Lakes, and Mall at Millennia.
Point!
Hey, you okay? You don't normally miss those shots.
I just haven't been as regular lately, and it's making me feel sluggish.
You should try Metamucil. It's been a game changer for me. Metamucil's plant-based psyllium fiber helps trap and remove the waste that weighs you down.
Ace!
You're moving better than you were last week.
Definitely.
Metamucil keeps you moving. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Learn more at metamucil.com.
For victims of drunk and drug driving, our grief is unique. But you are not alone. You always have a place at MAD. Call our 24-hour victim helpline at 877-MAD-HELP or visit mad.org.
On a constant quest to stay calm, like that bear in the hammock.
Make the cut. And today we're going to wrap everything up for a Tuesday, a Share the Show Tuesday, in fact. Thanks for being with us. A busy day on the show today. It's been fun. It's been a good time, but we only have a couple of minutes left before we wrap everything up here on the show. Let's see if there's anything that we missed worth going over. We'll get into your final dispatches. I did see Snopes has now gone to the level of tackling the Mitch McConnell thing. Is this Mitch McConnell photo real? There's no evidence of AI despite claims. So it's the photo of him in the hospital, Mitch McConnell with his wife, and Snopes is landing on there's no evidence that it's AI. They didn't say it was real because you can't really confirm that something's real so much, but they utilized all the different AI tools and showed that it didn't look like AI. Still, I think, and I wish I would have gotten to more of your responses on this, on ways that you can prove that you're still alive in 2026, but we'll have to do that for tomorrow.
So weird how Snopes is probably one of the older websites that a lot of us, still read occasionally. But they just started a fun little thing about urban myths and now have somehow morphed that into being a litmus test on what's real and what's fake. If Snopes says something is fake, you're going to believe it.
Right. Yeah, I think they got a pretty good name for themselves. Some people see some bias here and there, but I think generally they're pretty well received. Here's another thing worth mentioning. A fitness influencer is under fire after running a 5K while at a World Cup game by standing in his seat and doing circles over and over and over again until he got to the 5K mark. He completed it before the game ended, but was bumping into people around him the entire time. His whole mission was running a 5K in his own seat at the World Cup. These are the kind of people who should be publicly executed, by the way.
Yeah.
All right.
The tickets to the World Cup, not cheap. And you decided to take that opportunity to run a fake ass 5K.
Yeah. Look at him here, standing on his seat, spinning around. Everybody around you paid for a seat. Stop. Please stop. Our world is better than this. Our world has to be better than this. Let's see if there's anything else worth mentioning here. Oh, they have revealed a first look at the Charlie Kirk monument. I don't know.
Why is
this
Stand
real?
By Me in the background?
I don't know. Whoever does these bronze statues is so, I don't know. It's not fantastic. You'll see it out there. There's a statue going up of Charlie Kirk here. It says, handcrafted by renowned Italian sculptor Sergio Frenani. The planned unveiling of the Charlie Kirk monument in Times Square lacks a required permit. The sculptor has stated he will not seek one. The project has no official endorsement from Turning Point USA or Kirk's family. But the guy made the statue. It's just kind of ugly. It doesn't look great. Let's see. Can't play that. That'll have to do it. Oh, new broadcasting guidelines ahead of the next Summer Olympics say that the Olympics broadcasters can no longer show the female competitors from certain angles, and then they show the angles that you're supposed to avoid, like from behind butt shots in their bikinis, or like track and field when they're bending over, I guess. The guidelines highlight shots for broadcasters to avoid when the Olympics returns next time.
Does that mean it'll just be easier to be a cameraman for the men's one?
Maybe.
You don't have to worry about the rules.
Maybe they don't want the crotch shots either. I don't know what they're looking for, but we'll find out. Do we have time for a final dispatch? No, we don't. Unfortunately, we don't. Well, it's time to get the hell out of here. Let's do Today I Learned.
The following information may make you feel smarter, but will not actually increase your IQ. So don't get cocky. Now it's time for what we call Today I Learned.
It is Today I Learned for a Tuesday, July 14th, 2026. An email coming in real quick. I'm a Cajun, a true Cajun from South Louisiana, but I've been living in Florida for the past 5 years. I'm original from Houma, which is an hour south of New Orleans, but I can tell you what the Louisiana people and our Southern hospitality think. They will be very welcoming to you. Let me know if you need any advice on what's good to eat, says this emailer. All right.
Nice.
Thank you for that. Appreciate that. A lot of other questions coming in. We don't have time to get to them, unfortunately. Let me just, you know what I'll do? I'll mark this as unread. Otherwise, I'll totally forget. Mark as unread. Isn't that an option? Yeah. Okay, maybe not. Right now, we'll get out of here. Here we go. Today, I learned before the Black Plague, everybody remembers that one. Women brewed
Not
the
as
majority.
closely as you remember it, but yes.
I wasn't alive. Women brewed the majority of ale and ran the majority of ale houses in England. Actually, alewife was one of the first ways they referred to people who made beer. A woman that keeps an ale house. Also synonymous with the word brewster, which they used to call them back then.
Oh, like Punky Brewster.
Yeah, alewife is now commonly used in translations of ancient texts to refer to a woman who brewed and sold ale, dating back to the beginning of recorded history. And today I learned these guys right here. Muse. That's right, Muse. The band Muse won a out of zero, 500,000 euro lawsuit against Nestle. And when they got that sweet, sweet Nestle money over the lawsuit, they donated 100% of the proceeds to a charity. They didn't want to make the Nestle cash in a bad way. So there you go. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. We do appreciate it. We're back tomorrow, same time, same place. Missed any of the show? Get the podcast at thenewsjunkie.com.